Whoa, la 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 la. What's that mean? Well, what it means is I was stalling for time because I couldn't find the StreamYard link, but there it is. Thank you. We're going to talk about Hall H, not to the extent that we did yesterday with everything going on at Hall H, because we did that yesterday. But we will discuss what Winston and I actually think is going to happen on the Marvel side of things tomorrow, because that's really the only news in town when it comes to Hall H and Comic-Con. There really isn't anything else at Hall H to me that I find too exciting that anybody's really going to be speaking about as far as news. But I could be wrong. We'll discuss that for sure. Adria Arjona has been dodging Wonder Woman questions. Now, what does that mean? The answer actually scares me a little bit more, and I'll discuss that. Little Clayface talk, other things. Lanterns will be dropping, actually. So that's going to happen. That drops today, the Lanterns trailer. So that'll be some news that we can discuss. That and more. And can Winston A. Marshall pull up a big win against John Roca? That's going to be the question. Will he do it?
I wish I knew.
We're going to find out soon. Let's get into it.
Did you shit in there?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday. We're ending out the week here. We're ending it out strong because I got my buddy Winston A. There he is. Yeah. So X-Men 97. That's the full show. I haven't been watching the series. I know. I hear it's been great.
And they're the cliffhanger that they just left us on. I won't say what it is, but the cliffhanger that they left it on. It is what I was predicting was going to happen for a second, and it's about to get crazy.
Yeah, I do need to check that out. It's funny because right now I finally finished 12 Monkeys.
You were saying that, yeah.
I finally finished that. I'm excited that that's Gonski. There's a couple things on my plate. I want to watch the final season of The Bear.
Okay,
make sure I check that out.
I'm like 2 seasons behind.
I got to watch the final season of The Bear. I need to do that. I want to catch him X-Men for sure. So maybe those would be the two that I take time with. My wife was watching this show on Netflix, and at first I was like upset that she started another show without me. Mm-hmm. I watched the season finale with her last night. After I went to bed, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine. Whatever you watch, I'll just watch it with you. And it's this Netflix series. I'll Always Find You or something. It's with Sam Worthington. And by the way, Madeline Stowe is in this thing. She was also in 12 Monkeys. And PLD, tell me if I'm wrong here. Madeline Stowe, I think, is like 67 years old. She looks like she's 52. She looks so good. She looks so, how old is Madeline Stowe? That's what I'm curious about.
67.
Wow.
She's 67 years old. She
looks like that at 67?
Dude, and I'm telling you, and it's like, oh, she had a lot of work. Most of the people who have a lot of work look like they've had a lot of work.
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't look like she's had work. She looks like
smoking. She was always sexy. 67 years old. She looks bro, incredible.
She looks like she's been like stored in amber. She's like perfectly preserved.
I've never seen someone at 67 years old look the way that she does. I couldn't believe it. I kept saying to my wife,
Angela Bassett. That's about it.
Yeah, maybe. How old is Angela Bassett?
Angela Bassett, I think, is if not already 70. Hold on.
No, is she?
She's close. I believe she's 67.
Okay, same. So yeah, Angela Bassett, I guess, is another great example. But but she's in that, and then the girl from Severance, the lead woman in Severance, is in it.
Oh, damn. Okay, this is kind of a star-studded cast.
It's a good cast. It's just by the time I got to the end of it, I was watching, and I'm like, it feels like something that should be on CBS. Like one of those, and there was one, I won't call out the particular person. There was one person like, not a very good performance by this particular person. Not any of the people that I mentioned, somebody else. And then I saw and Milo Ventimiglia is also in it, and he's really good in it too. But all these things are happening, and I'm like, this just seems like a full-on, at this point, like a soap opera, and the twists and the turns. And I was like, didn't feel like a Netflix show. It felt like a show on CBS. But anyway,
snap! They got Milo Ventimiglia. I can't say his name, but Milo. I know him most from what Heroes and
you just brought that up, right? Milo.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Fuck you. I didn't hear you say Milo. I heard you say Sam Worthington. I heard you say Madeline Stowe.
Because you were looking up things. And I said Milo was in it as well. And you went like this. Perfect.
Look, man.
What were you more tuned into? Were you more tuned into the IMDb page you're looking into or the Penny Barber interview?
I mean, the Penny Barber interview.
It was good, wasn't it?
Fantastic. I think the funniest part for me is her explaining what collard is to you.
Right?
And you'd be like, I know nothing about this.
I was like, what? Did you know what that meant? You did.
Look, man. I have.
You're a dirty bastard. Like
I'm a dirty bastard.
It was might as well she could have started speaking in German. I didn't know what she was saying. She's like, to fathom someone was collared. I'm like, what does that mean? And it was very interesting, but I was like, I really liked talking to her.
Dude, I mean, two things came out of that for me. One, and I should know this because I've seen you do it both in person and I've watched plenty of them. I forget how good of an interviewer you are at times. But she genuinely is like a very fascinating person.
Yeah.
Like I was like a lot of times I'll put interviews like that on while I'm working and I'll just kind of whatever. And I found myself like stopping and just watching and just being like, wow.
Yeah, she's
an interesting individual.
She really is. She really is because she's pretty smart. And then to hear the things she was talking about was pretty interesting in general. Like, and she doesn't give too. I mean, Luke said it best. She lives in a different planet.
Yeah, I mean, and I got it. Like, I think the thing that stuck out to me specifically is the idea of her just representing herself.
Yeah,
how she's done that as long as she has, and
how about her getting into fights in the parking lot with dudes?
Well, that was fun because, like, for a second, because I realized that I didn't know, I had genuinely never seen her work before. I didn't really know a lot about her. So while she looked pseudo familiar, I did. So when you first went on, I was like, I thought he was interviewing Penny Barber. I thought is this an MMA fighter instead? Did he? And then I was like, oh no, she's just like Diesel. Like she's like so.
If you know what's funny about that though, in person she really isn't like she's in shape, but she's not like Diesel. Like I've seen pictures where she's like posing. So no, she. I mean, I'm 6 foot, right? So she was little compared to me. I was surprised, but she's in shape. But someone said I looked nervous. It definitely wasn't nervous.
I mean, I was laughing for a second. There was definitely there's a point within like 5 minutes that you go from like, there's definitely the energy because I've seen you do interviews and you've been excited to see people. But there was definitely a level of you like, oh, hey, whatever. And then you kind of like relaxed. But there was definitely at a beginning point where
it was just a matter of like trying to get that energy because we were talking more so about Mike. You know, like when we were getting into the Mike side of it, and I'm definitely going to surprise Mike with her. She's going to pop into one of the streams one of these days and just have her pop in. It'd be great.
I was dying laughing at her being like, I didn't know he was a little deviant, bro. I like he seemed so quiet and stoic and didn't want to say anything. I was like, oh, like he's a little goober. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's not a goober, he's a gooner. Like he's just out here.
Speaking of gooner, that's what your internet is right now. So you know what we'll do is it's free. It's free. You're pausing a lot. Right. It looks like Max Headroom type stuff. But we will we're gonna get into some stuff because as Winston has his X-Men shirt on, we are gonna be talking. You know what? Let's do this. While Winston gets his internet working, let's do this. I'll do this now. I'm gonna tell you guys about our good friends over at Cash App and Rugiet, and that'll give us some time to get Winston's internet working, and then we'll come back and we'll talk what we hope to see at Marvel tomorrow for Hall H. I don't know how far back it was, but Cash App came to the show and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. It's a must, have to be. If you're not up to speed already, Cash App, it's more than just a safe way to send and receive money. With the Cash App card, you unlock tons of perks without all the hidden fees. Now, enjoy benefits like exclusive early access to nationwide concert pre-sales. You get Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina Carpenter, to name just a couple recent examples, plus discounts on everyday purchases and popular brands you're probably already spending money on. You add your card to your digital wallet and you make your money moves easier. Cash App does more than you think when it comes to having your back and making sure your money stays your money. Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend called Cash App Green. So when you spend at least $500 a month with the Cash App card, you earn green status. That unlocks benefits like up to $200 of free overdraft coverage. If you overdraft unexpectedly, there are no hidden fees. You also unlock higher borrow limits and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday at places that you love to shop. Cash App can do way more than you think to make your money work for you. If you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month and use the Cash App card for purchases, you can earn interest on your savings. There's no hidden fees, no minimum balance requirement. Don't let your money sit around and just gather dust. Make it work for you. Take advantage of interest savings on Cash App today. So new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use that code Cash App 10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Visa Debit Flex Cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, and the Bancorp Bank, N.A., pursuant to a license from Visa USA, Inc. See terms and conditions for the Sutton Prepaid Card, Sutton Debit Flex Card, and Bancorp Debit Flex Card. Cash App Green features savings, direct deposit, roundups, overdraft coverage, and discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. So Cash App, get it done. Don't let your money just sit around. Do something with it. Cash App. We got 2 steak dinners.
Can I get into that one? I'll go ahead and steak dinner for that one.
No one's talking to you, asshole. Get out of here.
Life really does move at like 175 miles an hour. I'm telling you, it's like the big week's coming up. It's so stressful. It can be, between whether it's work, relationship, everything else that you got going on your plate. You want to know that you can show up when it counts. And that includes, it's the bedroom, guys. If things aren't working out the way that they used to, you don't have to accept it. So Rugiet, told you a million times about Rugiet. Everybody who's been trying Rugiet says, thank you so much, and you're welcome. Why? Because Rugiet has treatments that can help you. It gets you staying hard, it gets you hard, and it lasts as long as you want, whether it's occasional trouble or something that's been building for a while. Their doctors work with you to find out what fits your body. Their best-selling treatment is Rugiet Ready. Combines 3 clinically proven ingredients in 1 minty dose that dissolves under your tongue. It increases blood flow, and it primes your brain for arousal, so you're ready physically and mentally ready to go. Most men are good to go in about 15 minutes, with effects lasting up to 36 hours. And if timing is your issue, Rugiet has Go Long in a 2-in-1 treatment that helps you get hard and stay in control when you finish. Over 400,000 men have already made the switch to Rugiet. Now, you want to get started? Simple. Rugiet connects you with a board-certified doctor online, and treatment ships discreetly to your door. Head on over to Rugiet.com/Christian and get 15% off your ED treatment. That is RUGIET.com/Christian. Get 15% off. Rugiet. It's performance medicine for men. Thank you to Cash App. Thank you to Rugiet. Thank you to Roka Screaming at PLD. Good to have you all here. Make sure, again, you want to help the show out. The way you do it, you go into the description, you click on those links, you browse around. That alone helps us out. So go ahead and do that. Links are in the description. Yeah, it's funny. I saw somebody in the comment section go, did your wife say, why are you interviewing her for a second time? It's like, my wife, you ever see my wife? That doesn't give my wife's like, I told her, because I told her exactly what I was doing. I was going to Odyssey, and I said, I'm going to interview the adult film star again before the thing. The right question to ask first is where? That's
1,000%.
100% the question that should be asked first. She said, where? And I said, the podcast studio that I always do my interviews. She's like, all right.
If you had been like the Waldorf Astoria,
right? I'm doing it from her room on the set between breaks for her.
If that's the case, it better be like, all right, well, it better be live,
right?
And the camera better track you the whole time.
Right? Do a live stream. No, so and then she was like, my wife is very confident and understands that she is the only lady for me. So anyway, but I saw people saying that on the comment section. It's like someone goes, Christian today saying, your wife going, where are you going today? I was like, no, I told my wife right away. She knew.
The funny thing is, in most of those cases, the reason why relationships work is purely based off of trust. So if you're just straightforward up to, hey baby, I'm going to do my job and interview an adult film star, they'd be like, okay, cool.
She did. And she another question she asked, right? So she said, what are you talking to her about? I said, honestly, a lot of it will be about movies. She's a big movie fan. I said, no, we'll talk about our business and other things too, but like, so I'm fascinated by it. But that was it. So
I feel like the only one that your wife would ever need to worry about, and not really because she is like a younger, hipper clone, is literally if you interview Julia Roberts.
No, she shouldn't be worried if that happened. What am I going to
even be able to do the interview? Just what
am I going to do? Abba.
You did the pretty woman.
Yeah, I like doing the Abba. Yeah, in the what? In the Abba. Fava? Yeah, I was great in the Hava Fava. Really good in that one. Anyway,
the pretty woman.
Yeah, pretty woman. You're the. It's like the Chris Farley sketch. It was like, you remember that time that movie you were in with Richard Gere and you like wore the red dress and then you weren't supposed to and he snapped the thing in your hand. And you like did a big laugh and then you smiled. And then there's a time where you tried to steal Dermot Mulroney from Cameron Diaz. You remember that? Remember when you were in this? Hilarious. Anyway, this I love when people catch on quick on, and my joke is that they probably just tuning in today. So there's quite a few times in the interviews already up. But anyway, let's get into this thing.
Let's do it, man.
Let's do this. Let's get into. I mean, we can play this. I guess that this is the Comic-Con Luke sent me like a whole Comic-Con preview. I just want, like, as far as we're like Marvel more so of anything else, what we think Marvel's going to do. Let's see. This is all stuff. Lord of the Rings. Who cares? I don't need to see any of this shit. We just basically Marvel's tomorrow. We know all this stuff already. Marvel's tomorrow. And Marvel is. Luke and I were kind of going back and forth today about what we think. And, I was wrongfully, and I think I might have been the only one doing it. I don't remember. But like, I'm like, oh, they might show Spider-Man stuff because Spider-Man is a week away. That makes no sense. It's not a Marvel project. It's a Sony.
Yeah, it's technically Sony. Yeah,
they're not doing Sony, and they're not doing Sony and Marvel present. They're doing Marvel present. So the big focus is going to be on Doomsday, and then I think the two big presentations I think that are going to happen for sure. That if you were going to go ahead and bet, you would bet on Doomsday. A big portion of that will be focused on Doomsday, because that's the movie they're promoting right now. Marvel and Disney on anyway.
Visionquest would be my other guess.
I think Visionquest already did something, no? Or is Visionquest part of that? But you're probably right. If Visionquest, because they already debuted the music for Visionquest, but maybe, yeah, I think you're 100% right. I think Visionquest would probably start the panel. You're not going to start, if you're going to do Visionquest, you're not going to do Doomsday and then Visionquest. You're going to start with Visionquest because that's first anyway.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I think they're doing Visionquest. I think they're probably maybe teasing some of Daredevil Born Again season 3. Maybe because I believe there's a second season of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man coming out. Not right away, but like in the near future. So I could see them maybe doing a teaser for that, but it's all going to be Doomsday.
I'm sorry. I heard exactly what you're saying. We should continue this, but when I find a really funny comment, I have to acknowledge it.
Yeah. If her name was Cream by Kathy, just doing a second interview wouldn't be so easy.
100%. What's her name? Like, Kathy. That's it. That's all they call her. That's it. Are you sure? No. Tell me the truth. I don't want to. Wait a minute. What is? And then you just gotta hope. You just gotta hope that she doesn't know what it means, and you go, she's a baker.
She's a baker. Fuck you, bro.
She's got a second business on the side. Really popular. Really popular.
Yo, Dunkin' those nuts. Like, just Jesus Christ.
Right.
Bro.
Holy moly. Sorry.
Oh,
so good. That's good. Thank you, Soul Style. All right. Let's get back to the task at hand. Yeah, I think so. Visionquest will probably drop. You're right, and with a trailer because it's coming out like they're going to start promoting because I'm actually going to. So the showrunner Terry Metalis, I'm actually getting him on the show. PLD and I were emailing with him 2 days ago. He's coming to Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, and we want to do it in studio, and he's going. So we're going to do an in studio interview with him, and I think that it makes a lot of sense. And Todd was also at Chastwick. Was also at. Am I getting his name finally right? I believe so.
What? Say it again.
I'll do it. Hold on. You're just gonna guess.
I would guess, and then I would look it up, and then I'd only be half listening. So yeah, that's probably.
I want to make sure that I get this right.
Just a good idea.
Hold on, Todd. I'm so bad at that. I got to make sure that I fucking get this guy's name right before. He's so good in 12 Monkeys. Todd Stashwick. Todd Stashwick is his name. Todd Stashwick. I'm going to say it a million times over because I'm talking to him too. He's also visual. He's at San Diego Comic-Con right now, following his account, and he is there to. I'm sure he's going to be there. If he's there too, walking around on the floor, I think you're 100% right, Winston. And I shouldn't say that. He's actually a really big geek also, but he's there, and I'm sure Terry is there too, and they're going to be promoting it. I think they'll maybe introduce some cast. They'll show a trailer, and then then Doomsday will happen, right? Because you're looking at about an hour, so you got about 10 to 15 minutes on Visionquest, and then you're going to get maybe 20 to maybe half an hour on Doomsday, right? Then I think we're getting Black Panther 2. I think they'll
3.
3. Sorry, I think that there is a possibility. There's outside shot, and there is a possibility, right? There's a possibility that you could announce the new Black Panther. There's a possibility. There's a possibility that Denzel Washington could hit the stage. And this is the outside shot that Luke pitched that I thought would be amazing if they did it, but I just don't see it happening. Is that they give you one X-Men reveal because she's in Black Panther 3 and have Storm.
That would be that would be incredibly interesting. I just wonder, because I think Black Panther 3 is a good call, but do you give away Storm?
That's what I mean. That's why I don't think it's going to happen. Unless it leads again into what I do think is going to happen again, but not to the overextension that they've done in the past. I do think that Feige is going to do one of those graphics with the plan of what's coming next. I don't think it's going to be one of these 87 movie plans with the.
I hope it's yeah, dude. If you're gonna do it, let it be 3 movies.
Well, I think that we already know the 3. I think I'd do a little bit more than 3 because
3 that we don't know. So like
right, so 3 extra. You're saying so a total of like maybe like 5 or 6, right? Because if you basically go and you say, all right, here's our chart right now, Visionquest leading into Doomsday, because look, they will show Spider-Man on that because they showed Homecoming in one of the things in the past too. So maybe they show something, maybe they don't. I don't know, but maybe they show Brand New Day leading into Visionquest, leading into Doomsday, leading into Secret Wars, leading into Black Panther 3, and maybe he does what he's done before in the past, where he starts with that graphic, and that's how he announces things and shows things. And then I think the big reveal at the end will be something X-Men related. I don't know what it is, but something.
I'll go so far as to, because they probably don't want to ruin anything with Spider. Like, well, one, my first question is with Spider-Man, is Sony doing a major presentation at Comic-Con?
No, dude. No. Then this is the only major presentation. Is the one we're talking about right now.
So then I could see a world where they maybe do like the opening fight sequence of Brand New Day, like whatever, robbery or something. They might.
I don't know though. Well, why would I don't know if they're going to be showing Sony stuff because it's not a Sony panel.
But I could, which I understand, but I could see if Sony's not there, that's only promoting a movie that Sony is actually running. And it helps the MCU. I could see them be like, hey, we obviously know Brand New Day is coming out next week. So yeah, here's like 5 minutes. and then you just give him maybe like the opening little bank robbery scene or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that's a waste if they show Spider-Man stuff with it coming in a week from now.
But I wouldn't expect anything more than that. That would be it.
I know, but why wait? Why you only have an hour? So why waste that time if you're? I mean, because there's also a possibility, and it's a good possibility. There is no X-Men stuff at all because it's too soon, and you're not going to get the big reveals of who the new X-Men are until Secret Wars.
Which I agree, and I think you need to hold that close to the chest. I think what you're going to do at this point, if you're going to reveal any character, now that you've even put into my brain about Black Panther 3, and I just thought about it, I think you might introduce your new T'Challa.
Winston A. Marshall.
No. You said it earlier, but you were talking about Storm. I was listening to you. I think T'Challa is the answer, though.
I did say T'Challa. I said they're going to intro T'Challa first. They're going to potentially intro the new T'Challa, which Damson Idris, if he comes out. It's a possibility.
Do you think it is going to be Damson Idris, though?
Yeah. 99.9%.
Okay. I mean, I was 100% listening to you. You were talking about fucking Storm.
But no, but that was after I brought up Black Panther.
The movie. You said
Black Panther. bringing him out, introducing your new Black Panther.
Okay. Somebody at some point was talking.
Where is it? I don't know. Maybe when it's freezing, it's like there you go.
I do, and I did not take my meds this morning.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with it. This has nothing to do with it. Nice try, Mike. That's nothing to do with it. Good try. Anyway, so.
Okay. I'm just gonna stare like this from now on, so I don't.
I don't even think that would work. I have to write it on Sarah J. Whatever make it.
LA Clutch. You do that, it's
LA
over.
Clutch. That's it.
You gotta. If you get that interview somehow, I have to be in that interview, bro.
Oh, I'm not. I think that's
over.
Maybe I'm gonna send Mike to like. Well, I actually would have. It's gonna be hilarious to send Mike to like what they do. They don't do like a porn con or something, don't they?
the only
the awards,
the awards in Vegas.
The
AVNs.
Sending Mike to the of course BLD knows when that's the first thing to chime in. He's like, I was there last week. So if you have having Mike, it'd be hilarious to send Mike and PLD for a blog to the AVN awards.
That would actually be hilarious.
It's the only way PLD would be able to explain it to his wife for work.
It's work, baby. It's work. I swear to God, it's work.
It's work. He's making me go. That would be absolutely hilarious. And to send Mike, I might do that.
You might pay for his thing to do.
I might do that. I might look into that and see. Like, I'm telling you, there's no one that knows it. Someone brought up somebody yesterday or something else on the show in that business. Mike knew immediately who they were talking about. He's like, sometimes I'm a fan of them and sometimes I'm not. I'm like, I'm assuming that this is the business we're thinking. He's like, yeah, of course.
Oh man, that makes me laugh because I feel like I want to say that was a show that all three of you were on, Roxy and Mike, in the last week or so, where someone sent in a super chat talking about, is there ever a time where you go to do the porn instead of like going to be with your girl? And he was like, hell no.
Yeah, Roxy asked him, yeah.
But
she didn't do the porn. She asked him if he was slapping into a sock or something. But
instead of going to and he was like, shit, no, hell no. I'm gonna be with my girl. What are you talking about? Yeah. So I the funny thing is though, they could be getting it all the time, and he could still be over here like, hey,
I know. So anyway, I'll look into that. I'm gonna have PLD look into that, so that way his wife finds his search history. It's like, what the hell's he doing? Do the research on that, PLD. Give me the Hall H panels for that, Con. What's happening there? What's the 3D show that they show on Wednesdays?
I don't think it would be Hall H. It'd be Hall A. No.
Yeah, and it's just like just don't do the. Do this the one where they do the smells and stuff for that one. Don't do that.
4D, not 4D, bro. The smells, and you just get like a light misting at the end.
That was IMAX, the latest IMAX. Jurassic Park. Anyway, what else do we have as far as potential? I think that's really it, though, from what's going on there. I don't think unless they some crazy movie that we don't really know about, like some maybe Avengers versus X-Men type thing. That's a possibility. But the only thing with that fucking PLD, right? Brown IMAX. Good.
That's pretty good.
That's
good.
Pretty
good.
So if you do maybe like Avengers X-Men, that would be interesting though too, because then you're not necessarily giving away stuff from Doomsday, but you kind of are if you did that, if you announced that.
Yeah, because I just don't see a world where they're going to do a full-blown Avengers versus X-Men movie. I think what we're getting is what's happening in this.
Yeah,
and that's probably gonna be it.
Because look, the other side of it, Winston, is this: it's Visionquest, Doomsday, Black Panther. That's it. Very possible. And if you're fighting, you can go. Isn't that enough?
Right? And you know what I think they might do? They might go Visionquest, Doomsday, Black Panther. That would be something I think they probably do.
Perfect. Good. Very good. I mean, it'd be interesting though, because we know the only reason Doomsday isn't closing it out is because we know that Doomsday is coming, right? And it's the next movie. Yeah. If you have Black Panther 3, which we know is happening, but you really haven't had a lot of updates, then maybe we can see. I don't know. I do think what is going to happen, because Marvel is. When was the last time they were back? Was it the Downey reveal?
Downey reveal 2 years ago.
Right. So they always make Kevin Feige is the one person who understands, as we were talking about with Hall H, that Hall H, I feel Hall H should be shut down completely unless it's a show. You should not have it as just the normal panels. I think it is a waste of time. It's a waste of space. It's a waste of people walking up and doing things. It should be a theater-like experience, like a show. Kevin Feige understands that. Every time Kevin Feige and Marvel put on a Marvel panel, it's like a show, whether it comes to music and they blast that things off from the side. There's characters that show up. There's big reveals. It's an experience. It's an event. And you feel like, okay, that's what I waited online for. I get it. Not to repeat myself again from yesterday, but the same, mundane, oh, what is it like working on so-and-so? Here's the next cast member. Here's the trailer. Yay! And it's like, you can watch that anywhere in any room throughout Comic-Con, like putting on a show. And I think that they realize that they're coming back to do that. They have stuff to present. It will be the talk of Comic-Con because nobody else is doing anything like that. So they have to hit big. In the way Downey reveal hit big.
Yeah, I mean, it ultimately did it. Talk about polarizing effect. You had people that instantly were in, people that were instantly out, and then it's been the talk of the town until we got to the chairs, and then it's just been something over and over and over again. And I think the funniest part, and I understand that Marvel has spent a lot of their trust savings with the audience as far as that goes. It's so funny to me how this stuff is coming out and people are like, it's going to be trash. It's going to suck. You seen Marvel lately? And yet, like, second most viewed trailer of all time. Right. The chairs did what it did. You did 16.5 in previews off of only 1,000 screens because they haven't released everything yet. Like,
you still think it's not going to make a bill?
No, it'll clear.
Okay.
I was there with you where I was saying it's going to clear 2. You were saying it could clear 3 if it's good.
If it's amazing. If it's amazing, there's repeat viewing and it turns out to be absolutely extraordinary. Yeah, I do think it's got a possibility. However, it might be competing with Endgame because Endgame comes back out in September with new footage and a post-credit scene. That could be the most profitable movie of all time. Endgame could make $3 billion before anything else. It's already at 2.8 or whatever the hell it's at.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably will, especially from the standpoint of like trying if essentially what they're saying now at this point is that this is a direct sequel now to Endgame and everything that kind of happened in between is like, it'll be important, but don't worry about, just come see this movie, then yeah, people are definitely going to go running back to watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Those Infinity War. Are they releasing Infinity War as well, or just Endgame?
Just Endgame, because this is what I've been saying for a long time. This is essentially a direct sequel to Endgame, and that's what they're doing with this footage. And that's why you can only watch it in the theater.
But that's also why I'm curious that they don't do Infinity War and Endgame. If you're just like, why not? If you're just going to collect people would go to both. Like, why not? Like, make it 6 hours. I'm gonna go watch it and then get the big scene.
I guess it just depends. It just depends on who the person is, what kind of time they have on their hands. But
just we'll high all day. It'd be great.
But I think that's the majority of really what to expect from Hall H. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think is there anything that Winston and I are missing? Is there anything that we should be maybe thinking about? Somebody brought up a good point. They might not do Visionquest because traditionally D23 does cover the TV stuff. The only reason I would say there might be a TV Visionquest experience is because, like I said, I think that having some of the cast there, and I think Terry Tallis is there, I think that would make sense. They were doing that, plus the fact that they already debuted the music, that they might, the theme song, that they might do it. But I don't think that's a crazy prediction to say they might just be saving it for D23. You very well might be right. And they might just be saving this just for film. That's a very good point. Just curious to see what happens. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Make sure you are clicking like, comment, subscribe, and do all that and more. Winston, we got more stuff to discuss, man. Obviously, we got you right now. You're at 30 questions already, which is pretty damn good. You got it. I think you're definitely competing. Chris had a pretty good day yesterday, but I don't think Roka had a great day on Monday. It's when the Doomsday trailer dropped. He just got a lot of big questions and everything too. So it's going to be a fight. But Roka's been dominating July to PLD's dismay.
But I'm just trying to remember. Time is a weird construct for me right now. Though he only won one though. Like he's been dominating the top of the charts, but hasn't he come in second most of the time?
He has come in, well, not since the new, if I was to go back and maybe even ask PLD or Luke to look into this, I'm not sure, but I think Roka probably has, since the new system, Roka probably has the most wins.
Wow.
I think to be completely honest, one of the reasons we created the new system was because of him, because it just didn't seem right that on every show he was outperforming everyone monetarily, and he was never winning because everybody wanted to beat him in questions, and then people would throw in like $2 things, and Rocco had these big days, and then it's like he doesn't get the bonus, even though the show did really well with him on it.
Well, because I'm laughing, I just pulled our text right now, and like he came in dead last week. It was
dead, right?
Smets that took it away.
Smets crushed last week. When Smets is in the play, then everybody's in trouble. Smets, people love the Smets games. People love Smets. He's one of the most beloved people on the channel. He always was. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Roka's been crushing. Jesus. Okay, we started in June. He got second, first, fourth. First, and then last this past week. That's crazy, bro. He's destroying.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, so he's doing good. So we'll see. Maybe Winston today wins. We shall see. Get Winston that win,
please.
Ask some big questions. As we were saying, San Diego Comic-Con. Who I'm looking forward to introducing not only to you, Winston, but everybody, is the guy who is running our Kickstarter campaign. I talked to people. We already got the merch kind of lined up where we're doing, this is our show with the hashtag of the show. That's going to be for particular tiers. People have been giving great ideas and thoughts. Yeah, I've been asking the audience for kind of things. Basically the question I've been asking is, if you're already saying, yeah, no matter what, I'm going to contribute and try to help you make this show. My question is, okay, well, at whatever tier it is, what would you be interested in the benefits? And then I also said to those people who were either on the fence or saying, I'm probably not going to, what could I offer to make you go, well, wait a minute, let me think about that, because I need that kind of like test audience to say because they're all voices speaking for one group or another. And it's just like just watching it was I just watched Iron Lung.
How was that?
I thought it was pretty crazy. I liked it. It's I don't want to spoil it, but like I mean I didn't like no, I did like it. Was when I was watching it, I was like it has like for what they did, for what he did in the did you ever see Locke, the movie Locke with Tom Hardy? It's like the movie really takes place in one location primarily.
Oh, so kind of like
Phone
Brie
booth?
Larson in the Room or Phone Booth or
Yeah, something along those lines, but definitely smaller scale than everything too. And then I didn't realize because I I just I didn't know who Markiplier was before this whole thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't even realize that he was in the movie because I don't know what he looks like. So until I'm like, I just remember talking about it at one point. I'm like 5 or 10 minutes into the movie, and I go, wait a minute, and I look down and I go, yep, all right, yeah, that's him. And I think he did a pretty good job. I don't know if he's an actor or he's not an actor. I don't know what's his.
He's one of the biggest YouTubers ever.
What does he do?
To my knowledge, he's mainly a streamer.
Oh, okay.
And he's is the main thing, but like he's been kind of all over the map as far as stuff goes. I'm sure somebody in the chat would know better, but I definitely know the name because he pops up in like internet news a lot.
Gaming content.
Gaming.
That makes sense. That makes sense because it's based off of a game, this thing. So I wonder how we got the the rights, whatever, too. But I wonder, like, it inspired me again in the same way that when Chris Stuckman did his thing, in the same way with there was Backrooms, or the same way it was Digital Circus, or the same way it was friggin' Obsession. Like every time I hear and I get more and more inspired from it, because like I think of that one douchey comment that I got that is people go, why do you pay attention to the comments? Because if you turn the comments and you turn them into inspiration, then they're beneficial to you. And there was this dopey comment I got about a guy, and especially and I Play Rocky has definitely inspired me even more. But it was the idea, like, I know this character inside and out. You read the script, you know that I could play this character. This character is essentially a heightened version of myself, right? And I know that I can play this character. Someone's like, why would you put yourself in it when you're hurting yourself? But you can put another actor. No one wants to see you. And it's just like that kind. And then I watched what Markiplier did in getting him. He's not an actor. Or he wasn't like a well-known actor.
Sure.
And he puts himself in this thing. He makes this movie, and he thought he did a pretty damn good job.
I mean, literally just looking at Obsession, the dude that played Ian is like someone that has worked with Baker before, but that's the whole thing. You literally, the point of making your own stuff is to be able to put on whatever you want, whether that be your directing skills, whether that be your actor friends, whether it be whatever. That's literally how that works. Like I think about people could have said that about like the show Broad City, for example. Like they wrote this thing, Amy Poehler loved it. Oh, we'll go put, Mindy Kaling is hired now. We'll put her at the center with somebody else.
Yeah.
No, this is a vehicle for ourselves.
Right. That's exactly, I mean, that's the whole thing. But Martini and I are not stupid, right? We know that it is going to be difficult to sell it to, say, like a Netflix or Apple, if there aren't other recognizable people surrounding us. And that's the goal of the budget too, is like, yes, like I said, and I've been saying this, if I can get around 13,000 people to win $25, we make the show at the level that we want to make the show. There is a number, and it'll all be on the Kickstarter. There's a number that if we hit it, we can make the bare bones version of it. There's the version I just mentioned, that is the bells and whistles and the things that we want. There's the stretch goal version of this, saying, hey, we just reached X amount. We can make an offer to so-and-so. We can use this music. We can do that. There's different levels on how you can do this. It just depends on what the audience really wants to support. So we'll find out soon.
Look, man, I'm excited for you, which just speaking of indie stuff, man, Joe Burke hit me up and I checked out Birdman. I actually really enjoyed the film. What'd you think? What'd you think about it? Because I know
Birdman.
No. Joe Burke. Burke.
Oh yeah. I mean, Joe, you know how I don't know if did you see my interview with Joe?
I was on the show that day that you did, so that was the day that I wasn't feeling
Okay.
well, so I took the time to go try and recover.
So, well, Joe, I knew from his brother, I think he said. A kid went to my kid's school in LA when I was there, and he had approached me when he watched the content. So it was I liked how Joe approached that whole thing with me. So, but yeah, he's another one. But just did his own thing, shot his own thing, did his own thing. So
and then same thing. We're working with some because the co-writer Oliver is like apparently one of the homies and all that, and he played the main dude. Like you, that's how you do it, man.
Yeah.
That's really how you do it.
That's it. I mean, look, we're gonna be pushing hard, man. We're gonna be pushing real hard. I'm gonna be doing appearances on other people's shows. I'm gonna be doing long live streams. I'll be talking about it on this thing too, and we'll be running it. And I want it to feel like an accomplishment for not just me and you and the people on the show. I want it to feel like an accomplishment for the audience. That's why we're calling it for the person who came out. I really want to find out who said that, who came up with the thing of our show. I can't take credit for it. It was somebody in the audience. Like, I want it to feel and like they know that they accomplished this as much as anybody else that wrote it or was going to act in it. Like, the audience is going to be the one going, yeah, motherfuckers, we did this.
It's a really, like, I'm was so many degrees of separation from my homegirl Cheyenne's The Comic Shop. Like I had a small role in it, but like Danny Fernandez was in it and directed an episode. RB3 directed an episode. Mark was in an episode. Like there is definitely a feeling of just pure community and elation, because it also, just like Obsession, just like Backrooms, just like Iron Lung, there's also this level of throwing the bird to the studios that keep trying to force feed us things without actually taking real feedback from
100%. Look, here's the thing too, and I don't want to just be doing it's everybody else against the studios, because the studios play a huge portion of like in and whether it's like, let's say Netflix, if we're talking about this particular show, right? If we get it made and they like what we do, and they don't have any notes or anything else to it, but they like what they do, they choose to buy it to put it on their platform, right? So you need that. There's no doubt about it. It's just what you want to cut out, and what the audience wants to cut out, what I want to cut out, what everybody wants to cut out, is the idea of saying, and again, you look at I Play Rocky, and it's like sitting down, you don't want to have the conversation of, oh, we're going to pay you X amount, go away now, right? That comes in. Or, you know what, we like this, but we want you to change 95% of the script.
Right.
We want you to do this, but we don't want that. Oh yeah, you like that person for the role? We don't. We want this person who we have a deal with. That all goes away when you're able to do it on your own, when you have the funds to do it. And that is the power of the internet. That is the power of an audience. And that's the thing. Like, imagine if you're someone who comes into this show every day. You are giving us your time for 2 hours a day. Let's say you watch 5 days a week, and you are giving us 10 hours of your day, your week, and you now feel like you have been part of the inside jokes. You've been here. You come in once a day, once a week for 2 hours just to hear about movie news and other things too. And you say, you know what? This guy keeps talking about this thing. I'm curious. I want to be part of it. I want to say, you know what? I did that too. I helped do that. There is a thing about that. You've contributed to Kickstarter before I have, and it's like when you see it get made, you go, yeah, I helped the dream happen, but I also helped. I'm part of that. That's me.
Yeah.
And that's what I want the audience to know. And that's why I think that slogan of our show was just brilliant.
No, I genuinely, man. And I have a good vibe about this. I'm also of the mindset, because I remember you told me you had to alter stuff. I need this to blow so that I can show up in episend 2. I know.
100%. I've got a lot of different ideas for everything. Look, we can get, and then, you get to a place where you've got to look at like the what ifs, the super what ifs, right? Let's say that everybody who contributes, everybody who's a subscriber, and this won't happen, I'm just saying, everyone who's a subscriber puts in and then I go, holy shit, I can make a season. And then you just sell a season. Because I have 6 seasons already mapped out. But then you do that, and it's like, oh, the sky is the limit. And as much as I hate social media and I hate everything it's to it, it really has given a lot of people opportunities.
It has. Like, it's so funny, man, because I go back and forth. There is So, like you were implying, social media is both the best and worst thing that's ever happened to us, because on the one hand, it did allow for more of that connection, like you're saying, the community building, everything else. It's also released the demons. Like we've seen nonstop BS. So I think that's the thing. Trying to focus more on the positive that's coming out of it and using that as the tool that has kind of helped that is just where you got to put your energy, because otherwise you open up Twitter for 2 seconds, you're going to lose your mind, you know?
Agreed. So let's talk about some other stuff. Let's move on to, we've been talking about Adria Arjona, right? I'll tell you, that's one that I was like, I'm going to interview her. My wife would be like, I'm going with you. Hold on. So there is Man of Tomorrow star Adria Arjona dodges the Wonder Woman casting question. She goes, I'm gonna go now. So I'll tell you though, this doesn't make me feel happy, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But Adria Arjona will make her DCU debut in Man of Tomorrow, but will she suit up as Wonder Woman? Appearing at San Diego Comic-Con, the actress danced around the notion of her playing Diana Prince. DC Studios isn't bringing Man of Tomorrow to Comic-Con this weekend. Clayface was briefly touched on during Jim Lee's panel yesterday, and Lanterns will be showcased later tonight. But that's likely it's for DCU in San Diego. Adria Arjona is at the event, though, and dodged a question about rumors she's playing Wonder Woman. She's like, I'm going to go now. She's in the video where the actress is joined by Onslaught co-star Drew Starkey to promote Adam Wingard's new thriller. After jokingly walking off the set, Adria Arjona continued to avoid addressing the speculation by instead praising filmmakers James Gunn. I love James so much. Funny that you asked me that. James gave me my first movie ever. The first movie I ever stepped on was a James Gunn and Peter Safran movie. They're family, and I'm so happy to be part of the DC universe. With Arjona stopping short of denying reports that she's playing Wonder Woman, the speculation will continue. It wouldn't be a bad idea to set the record straight sooner than later. I couldn't. That's kind of my point. As DC Studios runs the risk of disappointing fans if they get their hopes up to see. Well said. That's kind of one of my points here. And she doesn't appear. Man of Tomorrow is shaping up to be a very busy movie, though Brainiac attacking Earth does warrant the Justice Gang coming together to try to stop him. The focus is still expected to be primarily on Superman and Lex, though Gunn has somewhat muddied the waters by saying this isn't a sequel to his 2025 DCU movie. As for the long-awaited Wonder Woman reboot, and Nogueira is writing the screenplay, it's unclear whether that's still the case after the negative reaction to Supergirl from fans and critics. Okay, so I totally agree with the fact of this happens before, and it was a Stranger Things thing, and other things too. And no, studios are not obligated to address these things. They were not obligated to address the Stranger Things extra episode or other things. There's been other examples of these things, and it gets out of hand, and the studios promote off of it, and they use it as promotion, and they use it as getting more notice. This though is, I think, a mistake if they don't, if she isn't, or she's playing this ridiculous character that no one's going to care about after like one movie.
I believe
it's that to me would be a mistake casting her in that, but it would also be a mistake of like, hey, if someone's got to address in the fact that she's not going to, because it is going to, if she shows up as just Maxima and that's it and she's gone, I don't matter how cool they make the character in one movie, it's just like, it's not Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman is going to be, they're going to be waiting for Wonder Woman again, one of the big three again. You're at least introducing one of the big three by doing this. She's well liked. People want her as Wonder Woman, obviously. And I think that if it's James Gunn going, oh, let them keep guessing and then they'll be wrong because we're going to make Maxima so cool. It's a stupid decision.
There is only one way that you could get away with that. You introduce Batman. That's
They're not going to do that, Man of Tomorrow.
Well, but maybe they do, and maybe that's a scenario where that's the surprise we get. We've been speculating about Wonder Woman and Batman. Wonder Woman and Batman. What are we going to do? And obviously, you got Clayface coming out, and that looks fantastic. So, like, the only way, in my opinion, that you actually put Arjona as Maxima and you let that ride is if you give us Batman. It's one or the other, but you can't keep playing this game where we're not setting up the Trinity. You like. Especially after the way things went with Supergirl, man. So they've just got at this point. It feels like shot clock's been running, and you've just been dribbling. You haven't even been attempting to try and go.
No, but it would be, listen, for as far as this goes with her, if it turns out that she's not Wonder Woman and then that she is Wonder Woman, and that she's like, I got to go now. I can't talk about this. Then you turn back and you go, okay, it was a good move. You don't say anything. You keep it quiet. You kind of play and it's like, okay, you guys know, you kind of know, and here I go, and here I am, and people lose their minds, right? I just see it as this kind of anti what the fans really want type of thing that, Gunn will do sometimes, or Ryan Johnson did, or other people do, that always backfires. It's like, well, that's not what we're doing. We can't always play fan service. It's like, yeah, I know, but you got to pay attention sometimes to what's going on. And they were calling for, because you had an opportunity, if they don't cast her as Wonder Woman, you had an opportunity that everyone was saying she should be the one. The only reason, I'll tell you why, that I do think 100% she is Wonder Woman. It's the Jason Momoa side of it, where he was asked a question about like who he wanted to see Lobo team up with, and he brought up Wonder Woman, right? And he brought it up right away. I don't think that's a coincidence, and I think he knew what he was doing, and he didn't think, you know what I mean? And he brought it. I think that said a lot. So we'll see. It would make a lot of sense if she showed up in that movie as Wonder Woman.
Yeah. It genuinely would. But like I said, you've got one way that works out, and it's not her, and it's Batman. That's it. There's no other explanation that would allow people to be like, all right, cool, we cooking. They're just gonna be like, again, and that's not the move right now.
Yeah. So Ed just said that there was a new clip for Spider-Man Brand New Day that kind of spoils the movie, so people should be aware of that. That's why I'm not watching anymore. So I wish I didn't watch the last trailer. There was for two reasons. One, the reaction to dog piss, which and then also I didn't need to see it. I'm going to see it on Monday. So I don't need to see this anymore.
I miss when you were in LA and I could.
Yeah, I don't see this. Don't just type nonsense, because I understand that you're 100% right. Fans say a lot of nonsense. No one said that. No one said, because what fans say that should, because if you did that, you have the most ridiculous things. When you're listening to overall, when it comes to particular casting and particular things, when you're doing like polls, because if fans don't care, if fans say a lot of nonsense, then why do they do fan test screenings? If they don't care what fans think, they do, because they do the screenings. So if you're doing certain things and there's an overwhelmingly like, well, who do they want? Well, you know what? This name came up. This name came up. This name keeps coming up over and over and over again. You should pay attention to that, because it's what your fan base and what it doesn't mean you have to cast it. If 7 people say it and you're like, I don't know, that doesn't fit the role. But if you're going against it because like, oh, we're going to fool them this time, we're going to make this character cool, I think it's a mistake.
Yeah. I think it goes back to what you were saying. It's more, you can't let this thing just build and build and build and build and build. And I get it. People are going to talk, and it's like, just focus on the thing. Just focus on the thing. But like, there's got to be a point, like you said, this could ultimately backfire on Arjona's career if you just continue to let this be a thing. You put her in kind of a random character, and then they're pissed off about it. Like at what point, beyond protecting your studio, are you not protecting your people, just knowing how the internet works? That's right. The thing. It shouldn't be what dictates what you do, but you're not working in a vacuum, So.
Totally. So we'll see what happens. I think that I say all that, and I think that she is indeed going to be playing Wonder Woman. So
I got a question for you, man, because we were talking about this earlier. What do you think about Hannah Waddingham? And the people are like fan casting her as Emma Frost, bro. She would be perfect for that, but the only problem is she would just be too old since they're trying to go young.
Yeah, that's the whole. It's the same question I have for Storm. What is the age range that you're going at? I just don't know what age range you're going after. Yeah, she'd be good. What did I just? She was in 12 Monkeys also, by the way.
Oh, she was.
Yeah. Okay. She's great in 12 Monkeys, but yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. She'd be good again, but I think maybe she would have been good during the Hugh Jackman era. I don't know if now Samara Weaving is an interesting,
because it was January Jones that did it, right?
Yeah, Samara Weaving is an interesting choice for sure.
Oh.
Yeah. Too.
I can see that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, look, I'm interested. I'm excited to hear all the casting for sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens when it's going to happen. Last thing we'll talk about, because someone asked about it and I forgot, and it wasn't even on the show notes. I forgot about it, but they dropped yesterday at Comic-Con during that Collider panel, actually, which we talked about, was the Ebenezer trailer. I didn't even know there was an Ebenezer movie. And Johnny Depp came out dressed as Ebenezer Scrooge, and the trailer dropped. It looks, I mean, it's funny because they were promoting Depp more than anything. So I was like, oh, is Tim Burton doing this? Because they said from the person who gave you, but they were talking about the person that gave you Jack Sparrow, the person that gave you, Edward Scissorhands, the one who makes Misfits. I thought the trailer looked pretty good. I thought the trailer, they looked pretty solid.
I was just laughing when you said the person that gave you Jack Sparrow, the person that gave you Edward Scissorhands. I was like, did they just watch the Digger trailer and they were like, let's
no, I know. No, it comes out in November, holiday movie. And no, I thought it looked, I think it looks kind of perfect for him. I just hope this is what Johnny Depp does sometimes. He takes a character that we know before this, we've seen played before, and he takes it in such a different way. Like, I thoroughly dislike that Willy Wonka movie. Like, I thoroughly dislike it. He's essentially just playing like a cartoon version of Michael Jackson in the whole thing. And I really don't like it. It's different. He did it his way. I would say the first 15 minutes of that movie, I remember going to see a screening of it. And way before I was even doing this, I just had a screening for, I can't remember why. But I saw a screening of it and I was like, is this movie going to be good? I can't believe it. The first 10, 15 minutes. And then the second he showed up and he's a great actor, but I was like, didn't like those choices. So I wonder if that's going to be the same thing here, but he looks more, and it doesn't like that version of Willy Wonka was so off of what I was used to. This doesn't seem so off. It just seems like a different take of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, because I never saw the more recent. Just you bringing up the Wonka stuff, I never saw the most recent Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that they did with Chalamet. But you said, or there was a prequel, I guess. But you said that was good though, didn't you?
You know what's so funny about it? Yes, I actually really like it a lot. And when I saw it initially, I liked it, but I said, oh, it's different than this, and it's got a different tone and this and this. And then I saw it again with my kids. And I really enjoyed it. And it's a movie that kind of grows on you over time. The music's really good in it. I do like Chalamet's interpretation of Wonka side of it. I like how they led up to it. I actually really do like that movie. There's some things that I felt are a little goofy at times, but I actually really like that movie a lot.
All right.
They're going to do a sequel to that, and rightfully so. The movie made a lot of money.
Yeah. So is the sequel then the original?
No, I think they'll probably lead like one more right beforehand. Because I think that you have enough time, because by the time we get to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka is wants to retire. So they probably would have another movie while the factory's kind of running at full steam at this point.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what we got. So what do you guys think about all this stuff we've been discussing so far? Did you see the Ebenezer trailer? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, Winston, it's time. Can you beat John Roker? We're going to find out today. We shall see. Let's do it. Sammy. Kristian, if Chris had been part of the Schmodown back in the day, who would have been the best manager for her? I would pick Winston or Kaiser for her. Those are both great. Winston was good with IG people, and I think Chris probably would, and so was Kaiser. Obviously, Schmetz. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, I mean, Shannon could manage anybody. Shannon was really good too, but Winston would.
But I'm just thinking about, because part of it of the whole personalities.
The thing, it just depends on where I would have taken her as a character, right? Like as a good guy up top, probably you. If I would have gone heel with her, then maybe maybe Shannon, maybe.
Oh, you know what actually would have been hilarious?
Yeah, Finstock.
If you go with Finstock and this whole idea of her trying, like her character's like trying to keep up and or be cool with him, but it's like, I don't what.
Yeah, maybe. But but the thing is though, Chris Card can go in that kind of full on nerdy, filthy, quick-witted stuff. She's really fast, and she's really she does not flinch at dirty humor. And so I think she'd actually be able to go toe to toe with
But that's why I think the character would have been really funny, that Finstock is saying such absurd stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
And she's trying to keep up, and then she goes too far, and they're all like, "Oh my god, yo, relax." I feel like that would have been a funny push pull.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't know. And speaking of which, I just yesterday got away from me, and I got to release the decision today with Clark Wolf. I'll do that today. Ron H, who said it first? You or Campy? Who cares? You both said it. It was really important. As Christian, you are BBC. Campy is getting real only be on the no BBC line. A little hilarious. I'm actually on John's shows on Mondays now for but I told I'm going to be on Mondays with him. So that'll be at 3 p.m. EST. So I'll be doing that. So just make sure you check out his show. Check out his show in general. His shows are always on, I think, I forget what time normally. I think it's normally at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. I think maybe he moved it to 3 p.m. EST, 12 p.m. So, or maybe it was always on that time. I don't know. I'm terrible with everything. Stan, oh man, became a member. Thank you, Stan. Good time to be a member, Stan. And I'll tell you why. Today is our live stream. We have that today at 3 p.m. And I encourage anybody we have all these members now. We have almost 1,000 members. And so PLD post, and I think he did it today, community post, questions and stuff. So this live stream, if you can all ask questions, you can all be part of the live stream in general. Anybody at the $5 tier and up can join in and ask a video question and come in. So take advantage of it. If you're a member, especially if you got gifted a membership, join the live stream today. We're going to be there at 3 p.m. Ron H, welcome to Thrusting into Media with BBC Winston. You ready to whip it out and thunking it on the table like Marvel's about to at Hall H? It's time to direct those new articles from Comic-Con. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Nathan Drake, I know you said you're skipping Solo, and I was wondering why. Sam likes Chewbacca, and I thought you liked Solo more than the sequel trilogy. I just don't know why it fits into the narrative that we have right now. And I don't, and not before Jedi anyway. Like Obi-Wan's differently because Obi-Wan and Vader, and you have this thing kind of the redemption arc. Solo doesn't do anything really for the overall arc of the story at the moment. I mean, maybe down the line, I just can show it to her randomly. It really just doesn't matter. I like the second half of Solo more than the first half is really tough for me to get through. But you know,
I guess the Maul reveal at the end,
but even then, she's like she hasn't watched the show, so she's going to be confused that Maul's back.
Yeah. But I thought you showed her Phantom Menace.
I did, but he dies at Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I guess just I guess at that point when Solo came out, Clone Wars was in full speed.
Clone Wars was over at that point.
Okay,
and so was Rebels at that point. So it's like, so you know, there was, if you watched those shows, that was one of the problems with Filoni and everything. For me, that was great. I remember I saw it with Knapsack, and I remember we looked at each other and we're like, that's fun, but like a lot of this audience has to be very confused right now.
Right.
Like, you know, like why is Maul still alive? Didn't he die in Phantom Menace? And it's like, you don't really explain how that's the thing that Filoni does a lot of these times. And I know Filoni, well, he didn't direct it. Yeah, but he's got input on it. Otherwise they wouldn't have used Maul. Right. And the question, like, you know, they didn't do this in Ahsoka either. You cannot assume that the audience has watched Rebels. You cannot assume that they've watched Clone Wars. You can't assume that. The audience is not big. I mean, the audience is big, but it's not big enough to sustain these big budgets.
Right.
And if you're going to keep giving them confusion.
Right.
So like when if you say, holy crap, that's Darth Maul, and you find a way without it being clunky, I don't know how you do that, how he survived and everything else too, fine. And you know, so as far as why I'm not going to show it to Sam, maybe eventually, but there's no reason to do it now. We're doing Jedi, we're doing Mandalorian, we're going to do Mandalorian Grogu, then we're going to take a break and we're going to do some other things kind of leading up to it, and then maybe next year, like I said, I could wait 2 years and then show her to it randomly. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
it's kind of pointless. Ron H, next time you see Campia, ask him if he can get Ray to make a cameo on the Kristian Harloff show by video conference. Of course, he doesn't even have to say much. Just sit there and look pretty. Chef Pleasures. Ray's the best. Have you ever met Ray Winston? Oh, Ray's the best.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Oh man, Ray Ora. He was he's John's brother-in-law, but he also is he's a really, really funny dude, and he's a good guy. And he worked at Collider for quite a long time. He and I got along very well. Okay. Hey boys, hope you're well. 2 a.m. here in Aussie land. Your U.S. citizenship has been revoked, but you're instantly granted citizenship of another country. Which would you choose? Canada's off the table. I don't know why I'm choosing this because I've never been there, but I feel like I'd have peace in New Zealand.
I can see that. I can't remember. Are you a big Lord of the Rings guy or not?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I could that might be some part of it, but there's just a vibe.
Yeah, I think and it could be a terrible choice. I don't know, I've never been there. Maybe Italy. I don't know.
Either England, because I actually have family out there and whatnot, or Japan. Like the only I love Japan. I speak Japanese. Like there's a lot there. The only reason why I would be slightly hesitant, because like there is this thing as being a black dude out in Japan where you're both like, oh my god, that's incredible, and also like, hey,
right,
the fuck are you up to? Like, so
right.
it can kind of go either way.
Okay. Ron, Winston looks like Ice Cube. Cool.
Hey, bro, look, if
it's a good one.
If O'Shea Jackson Jr. needs like a brother in a movie, like,
there you go, perfect. Ron H. It's a conspiracy. Rocha is funded by the black market. There's no other explanation as to why he would win most cash. No one is that weird to give Rocha that much, right? Except you. I think you single-handedly got him to. No, you didn't, but yeah, he does the whole show. Ron H has been tremendous for everybody.
All right,
Mad Dog, where have the Invincible reactions been? In Spain with Ming. when he gets back, we're gonna start doing them again.
Nice. Oh, which by the way,
yeah,
I see Screwface is in the chat. I
nice.
just want to say real quick, man, I finally pieced together where I knew Screwface from originally before being introduced via you, Kristian.
Okay.
Was him on Epic Rap Battles of History. So I used to work for Nice Peter, the season that they did like Wonder Woman versus Stevie Wonder and Ash Ketchum versus Darwin. So like I catch up with Pete every now and again, and I check on the thing, and I was just like, oh, this dude's a really good rapper. I wonder who this is. And so then randomly I started rewatching him last night, and I was like, holy shit, that's why I knew Screwface.
Oh, that's funny. There you go. No. What if he says, nope, that wasn't me?
It was definitely
yeah. Jeremy Booth 6720 1000 Jules Go Trophy. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Ruin H47. Mike got Penny. Kristian, get Sarah J for Winston and Remy LaCroix for me. Remy's incredibly amazing at conversation. You didn't watch Hollyweed, so if Remy's people contact you, please take the call. Have you been trying to set that up? Sure he has. I got, like I said, let me get back. Let me get on track too. I want to change things up too. Like I want to try to get some. My goal is again to like this business of interviewing, because like there's a thing that I go through that I get, both frustrated and I'm also humbled by, right? Where Winston said it today and I really appreciated it. Luke said it. I got a ton of comments on the stuff and people in the chat who really enjoy my interviewing style and the way that I talk to people, because I just like to have conversations. It is so frustrating that I cannot find talent bookers who can get me people on this show. I've been trying. And it's like, it's this silly thing of like, well, if you don't have this person, you're not going to be able to get this person. You can, and they're not going to do this, even though this person has 15,000 followers on YouTube and their interviews only get 2,000 views per episode. They have a million followers on TikTok, so then they can get interviews. It's frustrating, but I'm not hating. It's just the way the game works. And I just got to figure out if I can find somebody. And the other thing is, some bookers, we had bookers and they were really good. They were too expensive. I just couldn't justify spending that kind of money to have them do this when I can barely, when I'm trying to just do this with the crew and everything else too. So if anybody out there knows good talent bookers that want to get people on the show and we can get, quality guests on here every week, let me know.
Yeah.
Mike Joyce, interview LA Clutch. Winston can join you. Now, Yoshimitsu, I doubt it would draw a big audience, but I'd love to see the two you react to. Max Headroom movie is one of my favorite dystopian stories. I didn't know there was a movie. I just knew that there was a show.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Ron H, Yoshimitsu, Max Headroom, American Canadian actor and comedian. Max was so weird but fun. He even sang a Hollywood song. Yeah, that's such a big show back in the 80s. I'm surprised they haven't done like an animated show on that. I tried to reboot it in some way.
Huh.
Cool. Everyone talking about who going to stop LeBron and the Sixers. I know Knicks in 5, baby. But by the way, Kristian and Winston, have you read my book yet? I have not, really, and that has nothing to do with you. I am like, someone sent me a script the other day too. Someone did this. I am so slammed with family and everything too that what I don't want to do, Cooley, is pick up the book, start reading it, putting it down, and then saying, I got to get back to it. I got to get back to it. I got to get back to it. I promise you that I will try to get to it, and maybe even when I go to LA, I can read it on the plane. It's just my time sucks. Yesterday was, I took my kid to the doctor in the morning. Everything's good, just normal checkup. I had to, come back here, catch up on stuff. I have to try to manage my other channel, and sometimes my other channel the UFO channel takes a hit because I'm going, okay, I'm going to do it. I need to do another video today, and I can't get to it by the time I need to get out of the studio. I had to go, and I took Vivi to Matsura's jiu-jitsu school last night, and then Sam and I shot House of the Dragon. So it's just like I don't have a time to do anything. By the time I get home, I walk the dog, I spend a little bit of time with my little one before she goes to sleep, and then it's like 10 o'clock, and I go to sleep 10:30.
Coolly, forgive me. What's the name of the book? Do you remember, Kristian?
He sent it to me. I have it on. He'll let us know in the chat. Just put it in the regular chat, Coolly, and let Winston know. Jordan Garvine, the interview was really fun to watch. Though I thought you asked some great questions, Kristian. Looking forward to Kickstarter. Thank you, Jordan. Very kind of you, and I look forward to having you part of it. That's the other thing is I look like the ideas, and I guess I can say this now too. And if I can't, I'll get in trouble for it. I really don't care at this point. I just want to make sure that everybody knows what we're doing. One of the things that we just want to do is we want to get like an insight. I might have said this already too. So I want to be able to offer kind of like an inside look of how TV shows are made too. So one of the things you'd be able to do is come in, see the casting process, see like spend some time with the director, spend some time with us behind the scenes, do these things. It's almost like an inside look of how productions are made and be part of it, and introduce and kind of give a little bit more on the actual production of the show so you can see it from start to finish and really know. Let's say you're one of those 13,000 people who put the $25 in. Where's my $25 going? Oh, I can watch where it's going.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Ron H. Finally saw some shorts. Kristian's wife, named to be discovered, to me, does not look like Julia Roberts. She has her own unique beauty. Hopefully she can get KH to Fukin watch Hollywood. Yeah, she definitely, we were talking about the other day, she gets Julia Roberts all the time now. Like she went into the this deli and they're like, you know who she looks like? You know who you look like? And she knows now what they're gonna say. So they have the same, like it's eyes. It's eyes.
It's for me, she definitely looks like she's like Julia Roberts' sister. Like I don't see the spot on resemblance, but I see enough to go they're related for sure.
Some way or another. Yeah. All right, let's see. Next one. Where is it? Sorry. And that is Larry Kordowitz. I watched Spidey cast and crew interviews, and I think it's so weird how they're keeping Sadie's character a secret. Is it a secret for the nerds of the masses? I say the latter, so it has to be Jean. Yeah, I know. I think there was something that recently Tom Holland came out and said that Jean Grey isn't in the movie. Now there's two ways you can look at it. Part one is basically what I just said before, which is, hey, he told you. You guys kept saying Jean Grey was in it. Tom Holland came out and said it wasn't her. So, and then he does that. Or there's the Benedict Cumberbatch. He's not what's his face? Khan.
Yeah.
Remember that whole thing where that happened? He's not Khan, and then he was. So it could be either way, but I don't. They're trying to keep it secret because maybe it's to predict or protect. Yeah.
But also, why are people upset? Like that, shouldn't we be excited to not know something and to be surprised and delighted? Like I'm actually excited that we don't officially know who Sadie is, because I think it's gotten a little out of control that we know so much about movies before we get a chance to experience the art as a whole. We're instantly trying to ruin everything beforehand. So I don't know. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And people are talking about Josh Horowitz, by the way, who's a very close friend of mine. Josh says, I'll answer this question for you. So Josh is a brilliant interviewer. He's a great conversationalist. He's a really great guy, and he's been doing MTV and other things and interviewing people for a long time. Josh reached out to me, I don't know, about 2-3 years ago. Josh has a lot of subscribers in the amount of time because Josh wasn't going to do a YouTube channel. He and I talked. He was putting his stuff on exclusively with Patreon. And I said, dude, you should put your full interviews like on YouTube. And I helped him kind of design his YouTube channel and his clips channel. And he's having great success with it. And he is building up his stuff because he's got connections. He's already established in that world. So he's not one of those people that I'm kind of, referencing. Josh Horowitz is is legit. He's the man. Not that the other people are not legit, but Josh knows and has had these conversations with people and has personal relationships. He could, and I bet you he has, say to what's his face, Loki, Hiddleston. He text him, say, "Hey, I'm doing an interview next week, and I'd like you to be part of it." And Tom Hiddleston will write him back. They have that kind of relationship now, right? He has those types of relationships, so that's how Josh is the guy. So yeah, he's got a lot. He's doing it right in how he's building out his channel, and I was glad that I got to be a part of helping him do that. All right, let's see. Next one. And we did this. Oh, yeah, someone brought this up yesterday. Ron H. Watch the trailer for Toxic, a fairy tale for grown-ups. Fook, yes, the film looks so Ron H. approved. I can't wait to watch it at the theater. Someone else brought that up yesterday. Was it you again, Ron, or someone else bring that up? I can't remember.
For grown-ups.
Jimmy, B93. What's up, guys? Yo, Kristian, that Penny Barber interview was fun as hell. The F me energy coming off the screen was palpable. My man said, "Who's in control now to end it?" Ha ha ha. Keep killing it, guys. See you at Peabody's. Did I say that at the end?
You did.
That's hilarious.
It was hilarious. I was like, God damn, bro. You
good. Nice. Good. Sometimes I don't even know what I say.
That I think that was why I was kind of laughing about how like you said, I felt like once you got in your groove, you kind of leaned back, but like at first. And so that what was funny is when you said it, that same energy from the beginning came back up. You're like, who's in control now? I was like, yo.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny about that though, too, is the fact that it also, speaking of what we just said with like Josh Horowitz, there's like, especially when you don't know somebody. That's why I always prefer in-person interviews. You can't always get them because either someone's not in New York, someone's not available, they're not in LA or New York, whatever it is. You just it is a benefit to be able to talk to people via the internet and stuff too, and there's a way to do that. But the energy in the room is just not the same. Now, speaking of, like, Penny met me when we had that interview on Zoom with Mike and Roxy, and she was familiar with me, but she didn't have a vibe of me yet.
Sure.
Right? Like, we never met in person in the same way I met her. Like, I knew, like, oh, she'll be easy to talk to. That I knew.
Yeah.
But once she walked, she took the elevator up to the thing. We were talking for a little bit, and right away, I'm like, oh, this is going to be an easy conversation because I told her, I said, look, if there's anything I bring up you don't want to talk about, just tell me no, goof around, go to the stuff, whatever. And there wasn't, but just in case if there was. And as you guys said in the beginning of it, you feel it. It's like a boxer. You're like throwing jabs out first to going, okay, I can get away with that. I can do that. I can say, oh, that's okay. That person's comfortable. Okay, great. And then it's almost like it's like a dance more so than even the boxer. It's like a dance, and you're feeling. Sometimes it's awkward, and the other person steps on the other person's toes. You're like, oh, we got to get back here too. But that wasn't the case here. It was just like, okay, it was fun. And then I felt like, someone was like, she make her a regular on the show. She could be. She could easily fit into the vibe. So it's like, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Jacob Matthew KC, bakers and barbers. Kristian Harloff. The baker thing was.
I saw someone say when we were joking about the bakery.
Yeah.
For the other one being like, and it's right next door to Penny's barbershop. Like, I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That is really good. Aiden, late to the show. Has anyone mentioned how they might introduce the new Black Panther at San Diego Comic-Con? Thoughts, Harloff? I think it's one of those things where they probably would just, Coogler comes out, Denzel comes out, and then they do something similar to what they did with the late great Chat. They bring them out and say, now carrying out the tradition is, and they bring them out at the end, unless they want to save the reveal, because I don't think that they would, though, because it's weird, right? Let's say they announce him, then you'd kind of be waiting for him to appear in either Secret Wars or Doomsday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and maybe that's not a bad thing, but I think that's how you probably introduce him. You bring him out last.
Yeah, I also have a feeling. I mean, it depends on because they're not talking about a variant for T'Challa. They're still talking about T'Challa 2, the kid becoming the new T'Challa, right?
Yes, it's not. He's not. From what I've heard, it's going to be his son. It's not going to be him.
If that's the case, then I have a strong inkling that T'Challa gets introduced like the full grown or whatever by the end of Doomsday. That's the post credit, because you're gonna essentially, most likely, we're gonna end up going to Battle World if we're doing Secret Wars. It's what makes sense. So I can understand they're like, where the F are we? And
I just feel like the reason I think it's all gonna, all between that, him being the son, and it being Damson Idris, I'm very, very confident, because the same crew that I heard that from, 100% of the other stuff that they told me already came true. I heard about Bernthal being back in it from them. I heard that, that the Hulk, Rage Hulk was going to be back in it again. I heard all this stuff. I was like, well, what about, you said Gwen Stacy for her? He was wrong about that. Wasn't that person. That was somebody completely different, and they were wrong about that. But this group in particular has been right. So I'm saying I think that's still, and they told me other things that had happened that I didn't talk about that also was true.
Yeah.
El Spooky Ghost became a member. Good. I hope to see you at 3 p.m. EST when we're going to be doing our stream. GoPal gifted 5 memberships. I hope to see all 5 of those people in the stream today.
Thanks, GoPal.
I'm going to need everybody in there. Please, if you're a member, be at that stream today. I need to get some conversation and points from you guys about what's going on at Kickstarter. Like, this is going to be, I'm going to rely on the members for sure. B3N911. You and Sam should try to catch a showing of Endgame Encore so she can experience the theater and get out of the theater reaction with her. I very well might do that. I'm going to see if they're doing like a press screening for it, but I very well might do that 100%. Ron H. Tinfoil hat thought new Black Panther is a variant that looks like Killmonger. That sounds cool to me. How do they do it? No idea. Yeah, I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be Damson Idris. I'm pretty.
Most likely. We were actually having this conversation on Blurreds on Wednesday. Just did you know that like Amanda Steinberg had actually turned down Shuri? Like, she pulled herself out of the final running for it. Her reasoning was just, I'm mixed and fairly light skinned, trying to learn to do this African accent when you have all of these more like dark skinned like actors representing this. It just would have felt very forced to try and do that one way or the other. I think the same thing is kind of true about T'Challa as far as that goes, especially because we've seen the little kid now. Little kid is also of a darker hue. It wouldn't make sense that all of a sudden it would be Michael B. Jordan as far as that goes. So I don't think that's the route they're going to go. I think you're
Damson,
right. It just probably is correct.
Madman 1989 Joshua. Zach Kreger said at Comic-Con that his next film is a science fiction action movie called Flood, then possibly a weapons prequel about Gladys after that. He can do anything right now. He can do whatever he wants. I'm on board. He's one of my favorites. He's him and not Kreger, but shoot, who's the other one? Who does you guys tell me? I'm brain farting. Freaking Nosferatu, werewolf, not Kreger's, but Eggers. Robert Eggers. Robert Eggers is another one. Those guys, him, Zach Kreger, whatever you do, I'm on board, and that's it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Abraham, 440 joules, Uncler. Do you understand what this means yet, Winston?
I mean, I don't know if there's something specific on YouTube as far as Uncle Alert, but
no. Yeah. Sorry, the joules things. People still don't know what it is. We still haven't figured it out. Jimmy B93. My man put it on his tightest shirt, his freshest hat, Nick's baby, and said, "Nah, honey, it's cool. I'm just going to talk to a commercial for an hour." What an effing legend! It wasn't the tightest shirt. It was just a shirt.
I did notice that. I was like, oh, not him with the shirt with the gains on it. Like, I definitely noticed that before.
Hilarious. But you know what's funny about that though too is anytime you look at any of my interviews, I'm usually wearing a shirt like that.
Which is fair, because in that point, like in the interview, like it's a good presentation.
I wore it with Jaleel White. I don't think I was trying to impress Jaleel White.
Which is totally fair. I think it's more just like, even like you said, you hadn't done an interview in like a little bit, and then with it being Penny, it might be like, but no, I get it.
Okay, let's see. Mike Joyce, 10 joules, floating heart. Mike, explain what this means now. It's 30 joules clutch.
So I think they might be like bits like you get on Twitch.
They are. They've added that to YouTube, but I just still trying to understand exactly what it means. Aiden, why are they releasing Endgame? Buys tickets when they go on sale. Fans are effing. Yeah, 1,000%. Then they know. Look, it's the same thing, Aiden, when it comes to those chairs. And Winston and I are guilty of it. Why are they doing this chair thing?
So mad. I was so mad.
3 to 8 hours watching
the whole time.
Watch the whole thing. 10 joules. Thank you, Doe Eyes. Harv's K, when you and Sam start watching the Mandalorian series, what do you plan to do with the book of Boba Fett that takes place between seasons 2 and 3? Just tell her somehow Grogu returned. No, I'm going to show her those 2 episodes because they play like Mandalorian, 2.5. Those 2 episodes I'm going to actually show because it has nothing to do with the Boba Fett storyline. I think maybe at the very end they do, but whatever. She doesn't need to watch any Boba Fett. It's again like Solo. It's not important. But those parts we will watch for sure. And then apparently someone told me yesterday in the comments, I guess, that the same guy who did the fan cut for Obi-Wan did one for Ahsoka. I might show her that if I want to condense, because if we're going to do Ahsoka season 2, I might just show her that because I can't watch that whole series again too. Because that was another one where I liked it more the first time when I watched it, and then the more I thought about it, I rewatched some of it. It's just so poorly written. Yeah, I don't know. Cell X23. Are we thinking new X-Men team going to be introduced in different movies one by one, like Sadie with Spidey and Storm with Black Panther? That would be cool. That would be cool.
That would be dope, and kind of see how they're all connected one way or the other. Yeah, because I don't think it's a good idea to immediately after Secret Wars, unless you've really set up that team in there,
right,
to jump directly into it. I think having a Black Panther as kind of like a buffer. There's rumors of another Deadpool movie. Like I think those, and then boom, and then X-Men pops up after like those 1 or 2 movies.
Well, what's funny is that what you could potentially get, Winston, is let's say just for sake of the conversation, they're talking about Black Panther 3, they're bringing up cast, and then they say Jodie Turner-Smith is also in the movie as blah blah blah. In the same way that they said Sadie Sink is in the movie as who, right? So maybe they do that. So maybe they do that again. And maybe they do that where they're like, oh, then they announce the actress and everyone then says, whoa, is that Storm? They didn't say really who she is. That would be interesting.
I mean, she would be fantastic as Storm.
Jodie Turner-Smith would be great. It's just a matter of age.
What are they doing?
Mm-hmm. Ghost Wolf, 6 joules, chili. Thank you so much. I want some chili right now. 10 joules. I tell you,
it's too hot, bro.
Dude, I got, and I've talked about this before. Where are they? Oh, they're not even on the show. They're not the sponsor today, but the meal plan that I'll talk about in a second. I had this freaking chili that was just so good.
Okay.
Oh, it was so good. I talked about it in a different video. I can't remember which one. Ron H. Christian, Remy also boxes. She boxes. She's sexy. She's legendary. And she can fight. You have got to try and get an interview with her. Everybody wants me to interview the adult. I'm going to interview the whole adult. That might be an issue with the wife eventually. Hey, yeah, you know what? I'm just interviewing the entire adult entertainment industry now.
I will pissed about that.
No, I will say that, Penny's PR people who have been absolutely way easier to work with than some of the other PR people I've worked with in the past, said, hey, here's a list of our clients. Here's some more people. And their names that Mike knew, I think most of them. I contrary to maybe your people's beliefs, I don't know who the people were, but I was like, okay. I don't know who, I go through a list of actors and I go, oh, I can see that working. I can see that working. That this came from the audience also saying, you should do that. And then her responding. Like there were other people that Mike mentioned. She responded. And I think Ed tagged her on one of the things and she responded. And then that's kind of how that whole thing kind of came to be.
Nice.
Gopal, what about Waddington as Giganta?
Ooh.
I don't know who that is.
Giganta of my brain's fried right now. DC villain, just literally just huge. Like she was able to grow to like massive, like skyscraper size and whatnot. So like, she's got that energy of like I will crush you.
Yeah, she definitely.
No,
And Winston, you'd probably be in a good way. Go pal. And I finally got around to seeing the Adria Arjona. Oh no, sorry, the Adria Dakota Johnson movie. Me too. Movie was fine, but damn, Adria's amazing. Right? Yeah, her and Dakota Johnson are smoking hot in that movie. The movie's fine.
What movie?
So speaking of people, this is hilarious, by the way, because I give these guys a lot of credit. Both of these guys, I don't know how they did this. They pulled up a super magic trick. The two guys in this movie. So this one, the guy that wrote it, the two guys who wrote it and starred in it. One of the guys is married to Dakota Johnson in the movie. The other one is married, and his girlfriend is Adria Arjona, right? And everybody's banging in this movie, right? And the one guy, and both of the guys, I'm like, well, clearly because even when I was watching it, I'm going, well, and I didn't know anything about them. Like these guys wrote this, and they put themselves in this. I'm like, I guarantee it. And then I looked it up, and it's exactly what happened. And the one guy again, like the one joke is he's naked all the time and talking about how big his Johnson is and everything. And I'm like, again, he wrote this, and I'm like, and he's naked every 10 seconds. So they don't show his thing. I don't think they do. I don't remember. But I'm like, I don't know. You know, at one point you do it. I'm like, I don't need to see. I'm like, we get it, guy. You're proud of you're proud of your piece. I get it. But like, it's like, come on. But the movie itself is pretty. It's entertaining for sure. But yeah, Adria Arjona is a freaking smoke show in this thing for sure.
Okay, so it's not quite pulling a me, but you sort of did. Do you remember the name of the movie? Because that's what I initially asked, and you went on this tangent.
on this for this movie.
Yeah, the name of this Dakota Johnson Arjona.
Go ahead.
Splitsville.
That's right. Exactly what it was. Yep, Splitsville. Yeah. No, that wasn't pulling you. I just didn't hear your question. Pulling you would be,
well, then repeating the entire story you just told. You know, these two guys actually wrote themselves as the husbands to this whole thing.
That would be like me saying to you, you know, like, hey, did you know you were Winston? Brother, are you engaged by anyone? All right, let's see. Let's go with Mike's Movie Madness. Finally saw The Odyssey last night. And by the way, I'm going to be the biggest hypocrite ever if my series goes. And it's just like, hey, his ex-agent, randomly, Julia Roberts is the ex-agent. That's random. That's random. or everybody's allowed to call me out if that happens,
bro. Like, or she's one of like the first interviews your podcast does or something.
Right. Right. It's like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Everybody's allowed to call me out. If I ever do is if there ever is a world where that happens, everyone's allowed to call me out. You can tag me on it on Twitter, and you can clip this out and say, "Yep, I definitely used what we were allowed to do to try to make that happen." Anyway, let's see. Let's go to Mike's Movie Madness. Finally saw The Odyssey last night. My God, epic is an understatement. If Dune 3 is just as good, I think it'll be Nolan versus Denis at the Oscars. I think that is correct when it comes to nominations, for sure. Yeah, you know, I had a I have a bet. Oh yeah, Winston, where do you stand on this? Did you watch Monday's show? Okay, if you didn't.
With Roca, yes, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Why?
So, you know, Roca already owes me 2 steak dinners.
Right.
So Roca said that Dune 3 was going to make $1 billion. And I said, there's no chance. There's no chance in general it makes $1 billion because of it just doesn't have that kind of power, but it's going to do well. It doesn't need to make $1 billion, by the way, but it's going to do well. And the other thing is it's going up against Doomsday, right? That's the 2 reasons why. And he goes, all right. I said, he's like, I'm telling you, it's going to make $1 billion. I go, all right, well, let's bet. I go, double or nothing. 4 steak dinners. He's like, fine. Deal. So we make the deal. So chat, tell me, I think 5-10 minutes later, he's like, well, you know, if it's good, obviously. And
you got to put that caveat before, Brody.
Well, that's not the caveat. That is not even the caveat because I agree with you. And I go, well, wait a minute. What constitutes as good? I'm like, because what if I think it's good and you don't? There's no, like, what was that? And he goes, well, Rotten Tomatoes score. I'm like, all right, what are we thinking? Like 80, 82? He goes, 90. I said, wait a minute. It's got to be 90% in order for the bet to be valid? He's like, yeah, it needs to be 90%. And I'm like, okay. And then it's fine. And then I said, well, it's got to be 85 or something in order for like 3 dinners. It was ridiculous. It was
Hold
ridiculous.
on, because I want to check something real quick.
Yeah.
Nah, Ro can kiss my ass with that take, bro. Michael from Critics was at a 38% and it cleared $1 billion. So nah. Hell nah.
No,
hell nah, bro.
He was fighting the take. He was fighting the take, and the reason why, but like doing his Roka thing. But I just didn't want to get into it. But I'm like, no, he was back. And then that's when the PLD clip happened, because PLD, can I get in on this bet too about Dune? And then he yelled at him, which is one of my I laughed.
Can I get into that one? I'll go ahead and steak dinner for that one.
No one's talking to you, asshole. Get out of here.
That killed me.
The only thing that it needs to do at that point, I think 80 is fine. If Fresh is still at 60, 80, I'll give you 80. 90?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Good.
You can tell how scared he is. That's what it is. You can tell how scared he started backtracking immediately.
You know what I hope happens? I hope that it makes $1 billion and it's at 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, dude, that would be hilarious.
because then I'm gonna go, doesn't count. And the audience better back me up on that. If it makes $1 billion, it won't though. But if it makes $1 billion and it's at 60%,
if it's below 90, F that. If it's at 89%,
it's at 89. It's like it's not valid. It's not valid.
The speed at which Kristian would call Rotten Tomatoes would be like, I need you to go ahead and certify Winston, and I would make 80.
I would make 8 new accounts get certified and then bot them. Just bot them. Anyway, let's get to the next one. And we did that one. Okay, did that one. Sorry. Smaug. Hey up, governors! Finally saw Mando and Grogu. Thought it was absolute dog water. Poor action effects and story. How Disney thought they could get away with releasing this in 2026 is crazy. What a waste of Sigourney. She was completely wasted. Did you see it yet, Winston? I forget. Yeah, completely wasted. She was. Oh, what an absolute horrible way to use Sigourney Weaver. She just she's in a few scenes like talking at a table, and then they throw her in a plane at the end. And it's terrible. And if PLD, you have to agree that she was wasted.
Yes, I agree with that.
All right.
Entirely.
All right. Thank you. Because, it's just like they're just relying on, yay, Sigourney. And it's like, you can't do that to her. You got to put her in, you got to have her do something. Yeah. But that's one that I feel like Sam is going to like that movie. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to show her Mandalorian's season 1 through 3, leading right into that movie.
Then yes.
And she's watching it on television. She's not going into the theater, and she's not waiting 6 years for a Star Wars movie to come out. And she's going to be watching it on television where it should be intended to go. So I feel like she's going to like it. I might be wrong. I'm not going to. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I predict that she's going to love the part that you hated too? The middle section with Grogu. The puppet section with when he's the lead for when.
It's not necessarily that I hate it. I was just bored by it.
I just think I think she's gonna love it.
She might, because she's going to love Grogu. She is the intended audience for Grogu.
The fact that she said that Yoda is already her second favorite character. I think
Yoda's her favorite character now.
Yeah. She already shifted, because she first said Chewbacca and then Yoda. But
right, but you watched Empire. You didn't see when she saw Yoda flipping around with a lightsaber. She loves. She loves Yoda. She loves Yoda. So if she and baby Grogu, she's gonna lose her mind. She's gonna it will be when she watched Game of Thrones, she went out and bought like a whole bunch of. She got like 8 or 10 different Game of Thrones shirts now. I guarantee you, she has Grogu shit by the end of this thing. She loves it. Intended audience, so she probably will like that scene. You're not wrong, PLD. Okay, Chase Langston, 440 Jules Uncleared. Okay, Mike's Movie Madness. Also, if I were to be stranded on an island for years, I hope it would be with Charlize Theron. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to argue with you on that one. It's my favorite comments. You ever see what she said on the train for that interview? Do you ever see that? She goes, don't tell me you want to make love to me. Tell me you want to fuck me.
You're talking about Subway takes. Yes, I did.
Everybody's like, excuse me. Thank you.
I literally went from always be like, oh, she's a decent actress. She's very pretty. But I saw that. I was like, oh.
No, yeah, she don't give a she knows what she wants. Like, all right. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Next one after that. Aiden coming back in. I saw Solo opening day with a theater of like 20 people and had to explain to a group of guys and gals why Maul was still alive. I was over. They were so confused. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is it's just I told you, I just feel Filoni feels that Star Wars, everybody knows about everything inside of Star Wars, and they don't. They don't know the animated series. They don't know all the TV stuff and all that stuff. And he doesn't. He because you can get caught up in the Star Wars celebration of it all. And I've seen him at Star Wars Celebration. He's rightfully so. He's a rock star at Star Wars Celebration. He's like the guy. He's like the guy. But that doesn't transcend past Star Wars Celebration. So like everyone in Star Wars Celebration, when you reveal, if you were to reveal Darth Maul in a live action movie, everyone knows what's going on. But your friends don't know what the hell's going on.
Right.
And that's what you got to pay attention to, not the people at Star Wars Celebration. Comic Lover, Kristian, big win. All co-hosts, thanks for the great vids. Thank you, man. Might be going away for a while. Where are you going? Your boy caught a case. What'd you do? You're facing jail time and not prison time. Back to burpees and no snow. Be easy for him. What happened, Comic? What went down? You were chasing the dog. What happened after the dog?
Damn.
You gotta keep us up to date. What the hell's going on, man? Yeah, I want to make sure you're all right. Smaug, 10 joules, happy poop. Thank you. Black Fiction, how would you feel if Travis Knight got hired for a Marvel DC project? If so, what character would you want him to take on? Contrary to what people might think, I'm still a big Travis Knight fan. I think Travis Knight directed the movie he was told to direct. I think he did a take that they worked on collectively together. I just don't like that take. Mike loves that movie, Masters of the Universe. Loves it. Right?
I really enjoyed it, but I also I told you this when it came out. I was not a He-Man person, so for an intro for me and just knowing this is just going to be like kind of I was like, oh, that's great. I had a good time. So
and I think a lot of people, I'm curious to see, because it's doing very well on streaming. It's doing very well. So I do think he could do a Marvel DC project. And I loved what he did with Bumblebee. I love what he did with Kubo and the Two Strings. And I think he made a lot of cool stuff. There are a lot, like outside the really dumb, horrible, excessive jokes, the action is actually really good. The action in the movie is wonderful. And I wish that they would, and if he's going to do that in Marvel and DC, yeah, he could do it for sure.
DC, I would want him to do Blue and Gold. So give me a
Booster
Blue
Gold
Beetle and Booster Gold team up, because they're
that would be good for him. Yeah, that would be good. Johnny Patrizia, Winston, have you played Marvel Rivals lately?
I still haven't, and I need to, man. So maybe that's what I was actually gonna be streaming next week, and I still have never fully played all the way through Final Fantasy VII, so I was going to start that over. Maybe I would play Marvels instead, Marvel Rivals. So yeah,
Screwface. Oh, that's crazy. That definitely was me. As man said, didn't know you knew Pete. Also, LeBron to Philly. Do you care? How do you guys feel about this? Yeah, I mean, let's see how he does. You know, we've seen really great players surrounded by teams that just don't make the team great. I mean, look at Jordan before Pippen and you know, and he had to fit that whole team together. Jordan was on the Bulls for quite a while, not winning championships, and he's still as great as he was.
And then once you brought in Pippen, then it changed everything. I
100%.
think, especially knowing that he's at the end of his career here, I think that was a smart move, because Embiid, provided he stays healthy, you got Maxey, you just got Jaylen Brown. That puts him as kind of like your third or fourth option, but what you would essentially do, that lets LeBron kind of chill, focus on one thing, and then if you need him to go off for 40 in a game, he'll go off. He just can't do it every night. So I think that actually might just put the 76ers over now, man.
It could be. I mean, look, and it makes the East, or it just makes it fresh again, you know, which is I'm all for it. Nathan Drake, what would you say makes your show stand out from other comedy shows out there right now? Is that the biggest challenge that we'll be supporting? It actually isn't the biggest challenge. The script, I feel, I mean, Winston can back me up, because hopefully, because it's my script, but I think the script and the premise and everything else inside the characters have been the main the thing that has been what everyone has really responded to, right? And the generational stuff that kind of plays within the idea that I know the business of what we're presenting in the show itself, the different representations of both what Martini is doing and what I am doing, represents a lot of different people, and then the people surrounding them. And it shows a different business side that I don't think has been shown a lot on television. I don't know, Winston, would you read the script? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely think so. What I really took away from it, like I'm excited to see what it is. I've seen you act, I've seen your stand up, but like I was actually very impressed with your pen. That was what actually took me by surprise.
Yeah.
I haven't read any scripts of yours before, so I was genuinely very, very impressed with your pen. So like I am excited to see how this ultimately plays out, because it gives me the vibes of, I'm trying to think. It reminds me to a certain extent, though these characters aren't as much pieces of shit. It reminds me a lot of Always Sunny, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would say that it's got like the Bear meets Hacks kind of vibe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's a very good comp. That's a very, very good comp. But just like the version of you in this thing, and kind of how it was going. That's why my brain jumped to Sunny. I was like,
totally.
Yeah,
and it just depends. It depends on how you make sure that person doesn't slide into, because they're not good people.
Right.
He is a good person.
I just think he's tired,
and he steps on his own feet all the damn time. And but he's a good person. He's just, but he's he does stupid shit.
Hacks meets Bear is a very good comp. That was
I Am Too Fly Cam. Really liked Odyssey, but Sharbetus was pretty lame. Who's Sharbetus? Who's that, PLD? Who's Sharbetus? I don't know who Sharbetus is. Tell me. Ron H. Cooley. Christian can't watch Hollywood. A book? No way. I know it's I'm saying. My dad's reading a lot. My dad's been reading a lot lately. I mean, he always did, but he's reading a lot right now.
My fiance too, actually. We read a lot.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Eric Slaby, what's up, Eric? What's more likely, an animated Indiana Jones series or a live action Indiana Jones? I personally would love either. If animated, Troy Baker is the indie. I think a sure bet for them is an animated Indiana Jones with Troy Baker. I think that is a sure bet. I think he was so good in that video game. I think that they could do that. They could, and the thing is, if you start to build a little bit more on it, get some more interest in the Indiana Jones franchise without trying to put in all this money and effort into a live action, because most people are going to tell you that the franchise is dead right now with live action. I don't think that is the case. I think it should be scaled down, but I still think if you did an animated series, I think it'd be pretty great.
That'd be good. Real quick, I saw somebody's comment that actually I agree with, that you should check out. Have you ever heard of the show You're the Worst?
What's that?
It was a show on FX. It ran for, I want to say, like either 3 or 5 seasons, somewhere in that range. You should definitely check it out, as far as like even the dynamics between your main characters and stuff like that. I think chef's kiss. I think you would really enjoy the show, honestly.
Okay. All right, let's see. Next one. Right now we got 90. Winston. Not bad. Greenie from Oz. Once the pilot is out and we get to know the characters, do you reckon you'd be keen to take on episode ideas, just like basic outlines first, 5 pitch, etc.? 1,000%. I mean, look, this is another beauty of it too, right? Like, because I don't plan on stopping this show, right? Like, I don't plan on stopping that. I want to, and doing my podcast, and it's like, my fantasy and goal and dream and manifestation, if you will, of like being like, okay, guys, we're approaching season 1, and I hope a lot of people enjoyed what you saw in season 1. What do you guys think? What do you think? And I feel it's going to be careful with soliciting and stuff too, because the problem is that when it comes to live chats, maybe not when it comes to maybe necessarily in the Kickstarter, we're one of those things where we have a creative board that's part of it. But like down the line, I would love to hear thoughts about what people think. And that goes back to what we were just talking about before when with the Adria Arjona conversation. Like if I debut, let's say I have a character idea and a story idea, and the audience, and it's a popular show and people are watching it, and I'm so excited about this character reveal, and the audience just does not like it. Now, it doesn't mean, well, they didn't like it, get rid of it.
Right.
If that was the case, Finstock would have never been on the show ever again after episode 1, right? But what it does mean is it's like a joke. You try it again in a different way, maneuver to say, oh, what didn't they like about it? Can you do this? And you try again. If it keeps falling, I've done jokes before where I'm like, nah, this one's going to work. And it just doesn't work. Any iteration of it, any move, you got to get rid of it. But then again, if you're like, no, I'm confident in it, but if I tweak it and do this and add this word to make it funnier, maybe that works. And then that does work. It's the same thing with characters and everything too. But I would love to hear you guys. And look, it would be great to hear what you guys think of the show once we're ready to move it into a full series. Okay, let's see. Matt Force. Haven't been back to the theater in 3 years. Last one was Return to the King re-release. The film getting me back this weekend is The Odyssey IMAX, of course. Winston, Kristian, have an incredible weekend. You too. And that seems to be a lot of people that are going to the theater to see Odyssey. Yeah.
I'm so jealous of all the people that figured out an IMAX situation because that was it's not happening over here.
It's true. You know what's funny? This is actually not and I don't have a problem with you saying this, but that's actually not the case. I honestly, this is what I would love to happen, right? I would love for this show to go 6 seasons. It's the only thing as far as scripted that I ever do, that I ever want to do, that I do my show, this show, podcast where I can have on guests and everything else too, that I can actually be able to and have people like Winston and Roxy and Mike come to New York to shoot stuff and everything too. Like that kind of freedom to be able to do that, shoot things in LA, shoot things here, and just be able to send my kids to school, be able to make sure that they were comfortable for the rest of their lives. Sure, why not? Of course I'd want that. But no, I don't. I think everybody has dreams and things of like when they're younger. To me, I just want to be able to like, relax. I don't know what that's like yet. I want to relax. It'd be fun.
Shit.
But your dreams are dreams. Bro? Everybody's got their dreams. Everybody's got their dreams. Yeah. Anyway, so Andrew Sanchez hoping for a Deadpool 4 title announcement. That's also possible.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I could certainly see that.
Sun Devil Roadrunner. Did you ever rebook with Straw Hat Goofy? No, I didn't reach out because I honestly, and again, I'm a big fan of Juju. We're friends. Every time I see him, we laugh, we talk. I don't want to chase people down. I asked him if he wanted to come on the show, and I guess, and someone said, and I'll ask him when I see. Someone said he was live streaming when he was supposed to be on the show. I don't know if that's true or not. But I'd love to have him on the show. But let him reach. If he reaches back out, he wants to be on. He's on. I love him. He's a really good guy. He's a really good guy. I like Juju a lot. All right, let's see. Next one, Eric Slaby. What do you guys think of the Days of Thunder 2 news? I think it's about time. It's about time. Can't wait.
I mean, I would love to see your idea. You were talking about making F1 and Days of Thunder like some sort of crossover.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love for that to happen. 100%. That would be great if they finally did that. All right, let's see. Darth Vader's burnt asshole 2.0. Me watching the Penny Barber interview. I usually skip this part. It's hilarious. Eric Slaby. I really like the Odyssey and the cast, but it did make me wish we got the Odyssey back in the 2000s as a sequel to Troy with Sean Bain as Odysseus. Yeah, that would have been cool. He was great in Troy as Odysseus.
He was, but Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon was awesome. But he's just saying to actually see that too would have been great. Sure. Ron H. Kristian, I think about another super chatter mentioned Toxic. I think it was Ed. I think it was Ed that did it yesterday. Yeah. Ayoshi Yumatsu. Winston, you agree with Mike that Doom needed a build-up?
I mean, sure, but no. Because think about the other Marvel movies that we've had where you were able to build up those, like Killmonger, for example. You built up Killmonger in one movie and it was totally fine. He's actually considered one of the better villains of the run of the MCU. So no, is there a world where like getting to this? Sure. But even the idea of like people being like, well, you built up Thanos. Did you though? Like you knew he was kind of hovering in the background a little bit, but like the most that Thanos did at that point, it was have a conversation with Ronan. That's about it. Like other than that,
that's we brought up Thanos for sure. Matt's at the movies late to show. Winston, how about that Avatar 7 Havens trailer?
I didn't even know that happened. What did it happen while we were here?
This I have something coming up that I don't even know if I can read it, but I will. I guess.
Oh,
Ryan Benfield, Y9K, became a member. Ryan, we're going to see you in the live stream today. Let's go. Abernathy, 10 joules, happy poop. There you go. Blaine, as far as a Kickstarter rewards, I'll donate top tier if I can hear Jen or Chris rip one through a walkie-talkie. Maybe even Winston. Like, I think we probably get Winston to do it for you. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Oh, good God.
This is why our audience is significantly different than most audiences. Anyway, Maddie B, 207, 200 joules, sunshine. Thank you. 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. I saw Odyssey in 70mm IMAX on Sunday. I'm going for a second viewing next week. Amazing experience. You'll see the Prestige 70mm restore release in 2027. Oh, are they going to re-release that in 2027? I'd go see that.
I would do that.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, 100%. That's cool. Johnny Patriza, give me the core 5 X-Men and we'll go from there. Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
Ron H. 1. Run to Marin's Remy, comedy starring Remy LaCroix. I loves Remy LaCroix. Yoshimitsu. Your watch along to the Marvel chairs kept me company when I was in unfamiliar city taking care of my partner after her life-saving surgery. She's doing great now. That's awesome. It helped me a lot.
Wow.
What a great story that is.
That makes me feel so much better about that whole sequence, man.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing.
That's great. Really great. Okay, let's see. Next one after that. Thanks, Yoshimitsu. That's cool. Grandmaster Shota. Yo, Harloff, has anyone ever told you have an uncanny resemblance to Littlefoot from Land Before Time? that's a good one. I think I think I know what the reference is there. Littlefoot, Land Before Time. I'm gonna do. I think that's absolutely hilarious. No, I think that he was because of I would guess, and you can tell me, Grandmaster, if this is the reason why you did that, and maybe I'm wrong, but because Screwface is in here and had the most ridiculous take of anyone that has anyone said anything about anyone on this about the schmo. I think I told you.
I don't remember what they were talking about. I said if you and Mark had a baby,
it was the most ridiculous comparison I've ever had in my life. And I love Screwface, but it was ridiculous. And so I wonder if that's why he brought this up. Eric Slaby, what would shock you more? Affleck writing, directing a Batman film, or Lucas directing or writing a new Star Wars movie? Affleck. No. What would shock me more? Lucas directing and writing a new Star Wars movie. That would shock me more. Yeah. You, Winston?
Affleck.
That would shock you more? You think that
if he ultimately was
you think
writing,
there's more? You think there's more of a chance?
I don't think he's ever going back to that.
So you would say there's more of a chance of Lucas directing and writing a full Star Wars movie.
Or writing? I could see him. It says directing or writing versus Affleck directing a Batman film. I think there is a higher probability of Lucas potentially helping pen a movie. I don't think he would direct, but I could see him helping pen a movie.
Like maybe pen maybe like if he was coming on with like Filoni on like a story, maybe I could see that happening, but like directing, no chance.
Not directing, but writing.
Yeah, if he was collaborating on story, if that was the question, that'd be a little different. Ron H, legendary star with lavish life, has to run errands, groceries, pick up, cleaning. Shiz happens, hilarity ensues. Errands get done. Man, this guy is. I feel like this is Remy LaCroix's like PR person. Jacob Matthews, KC, LeBron just announced he's going to Sixers. I know. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Cell X23, Florence Pugh on both Doomsday and Dune is Omega. That's right. You know what? We're not talking. We're talking about the big movies that like not only Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet and who's this? Summer of Holland, right?
Hathaway.
Hathaway has the whole year. Hathaway has everybody beaten. But Florence,
does she have another movie after this one? Because I know she already had Devil.
She has 5 movies total. 5.
What else does she have? She had Devil Wears Prada, this Odyssey,
Mother Mary, and then Oak Street, which is coming out soon.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 movies this year, and a quiet 5-year release. I want to know. Yeah, go ahead.
And Verity as well.
Is that 6 movies she's got?
I'm going to say.
Can you confirm that? Confirm this if she has 6 movies this year.
Because I know, I wonder if there was this level of
baby. She already, baby.
I know. Does she already have kids, or is this her first kid?
I think she has kids already.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know. I think so.
Because the only thing that I'm thinking is there is a pretty soon, which is why a lot of people are thinking that we're not only getting Miles Morales, if not now.
Okay, PLD 6.
Verity is part of the 5. It is Mother Mary, Devil Wears Prada 2, Odyssey, End of Oak Street, and Verity.
Okay, so what was the other one? Why would you say so 5? Okay, so there's five total.
But there's a lot of people talking about how we might be getting Miles Morales, if not introduced in Brand New Day, like very quickly, like in Secret Wars and whatever, and passing the torch pretty quickly, because Tom himself has said, once I get to the point of like ready to have kids, and obviously him and Zendaya are married now, he's already said he's taking a pretty long, not permanent, but he's taking a pretty long retirement to be a family man. So I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if Anne Hathaway, same thing, if this was their first kid or whatever, being like, let me knock a bunch of movies out and I'm out. Or Rhonda did that. Rhonda's fight that she had, she said right after, like, are you back? She's like, nope.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm out. Yeah.
Babies. Like,
you know what's hilarious? This is crazy. This is crazy. So what actor has made the most movies in 1 year?
Samuel L. Jackson.
The answer is American actor Eric Roberts holds the Hollywood record for the most film and TV appearances in a single calendar year, acting in 74 films in 2017.
God damn.
How is that? In 1979, Prem Nazir had 39 films. So I thought 5 was a lot. Shit.
Well, so I guess that's my question. All those movies that which actor you said? Ron who?
No, the first one was Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts. I'm very curious how significant of a role, because like at least with Anne in these 5, it sounds like she's like, if not the lead, like second or third lead and stuff like that.
I mean, like, Eric Roberts probably had a lot of direct to DVD stuff, not at the scale stuff. But who knows? Okay. Jacob, nice Super Nintendo. Linked to the Past is GOAT game. There you go. Nice one. Skills. KJ Prowlix, 1,000 jewels, GOAT trophy. Thank you, KJ. Yoshimitsu, I've seen all of Clone Wars, Rebels, and Maul, and I'm still confused about how Maul still. That was a Lucas decision, by the way, bringing Maul back. That wasn't a Filoni. I mean, coordination with Lucas, but that was Lucas's idea. Brooklyn has matured 440 jewels on alert. Thank you. Ron H. Comic, please be good, man. We don't want to lose you. F the snow. We want you, the man. Please be good. We know you good. Get back here soon. Ron H. and Comic, you guys need a show together. Yeah. Arch. Hey, Christian, I was listening to you and Penny talking about Obsession and the money it made. Are people mad at Barker or the company who bought it for not dispersing the profit with new cast? Great question. I'm glad you brought it up, because there's a lot of things we haven't really discussed, and I certainly didn't talk about it when I brought it up with Penny, because I looked this up because I wanted to make sure that it was accurate, and it is. I think it's Focus that bought it, right? I think so.
Thanks.
So they are actually the ones that should be responsible for paying out these people, because he got paid a certain amount of money. He's not making all the profits from this movie. They are. And I looked that up, and that was he's getting money, but but he signed away a lot of the rights for it, and Focus is getting, or if it is Focus, they're getting the majority of it. So there you go. Who made a movie? You said they already made a movie, Split. I don't know what that means.
Ron and Comic Lover.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Thank you so much. You got, again, you never know when I'm going to be looking at the private chat, so always be specific.
It's always funny when you have to explain the joke.
Yeah, exactly. You should do. I'd pay to watch you do an open mic.
Okay, so I see it here. So Focus acquired the distribution rights.
It was Focus.
To 15 million.
Yeah. All right, Maximilian. You can't remember. Max, same question. You're going to be into the live stream an hour from now. I want to see everybody in the live stream if you're a member. Nathan Drake, let's get the most amount of viewers in the live stream today for the private stream. That's what I want to see. You're a member. Why not take advantage of it? All the 80s movies you mentioned on the show have such awful Rotten Tomato scores, and it cracks me up. Iron Eagle, Golden Child, The Toy, which one is the best? I can't believe that.
What?
That they all have terrible scores. They all have terrible. The Toy has like the worst score ever.
I've never seen The Toy.
You've never seen The Toy?
Nah.
It's so funny if people talk about The Toy, and I saw like Seth Rogen and stuff talking about it. I don't think even Seth Rogen got it. Seth Rogen was like, "Oh, you couldn't make The Toy. You couldn't make The Toy today because it's too racist." It's the whole point of the movie is him battling up against it's an anti-racist movie. It's Richard Pryor's movie where he's going against the idea and he crashes the whole, like, the white party. It's a guy from the freaking Ku Klux Klan at one of the meetings, and he goes after him. He sabotages the whole thing, and it's like it's hilarious what Pryor does, and Pryor goes right after him. So I don't really think that Seth Rogen and other people really understood the toy. I love the toy. I would say out of the 3 movies, those are tough ones. Which one's the best? I love all 3 of those movies. I love The Golden Child. I love Iron Eagle. I love the toy. I don't know. I could watch any one of them. I can't rank them. I love all 3 of them. Winston hasn't seen any one of them. So have you seen The Golden Child, Winston? Oh, I gotta watch that with you. I said, I want the knife, please. you know who's in it, right?
No.
It's Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy's in it?
Yeah, he's the lead.
Oh, no, I have not seen Golden
That's
Child.
him. Because I said, I want the knife, please. Eric Slavey, thoughts on Extraction 3 beginning filming with Hemsworth and Elba? I really enjoyed the first 2, so I'm excited. They feel like throwback action films. Yeah, they're perfect for Netflix, and I couldn't tell you a damn thing that happened in any of them, but I liked watching them. Did you watch those? Extraction?
No.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, let's see. T Powell 03. 1,000 joules. Go trophy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ron H. Winston, BBC bro, you watch Hollyweed, right? I really, do you know someone texted me about Hollyweed or sent me a voice, a Facebook message about it.
Ooh.
I don't know, some other person that wasn't Ron H. Mr. Black Mono, 10 joules. Gold coin. Thank you. Follows it up. 30 joules.
Thank you, y'all.
Tom Hanks answered a spam call with Futag Hamihu. Did you really? That's amazing. I answered one. I've been answering now. I showed my daughter. We were driving home, and another one came in, and I just picked it up and screamed "sheep" at the top of my lungs, and it hung up. Dave JP, 100 joules. High five. Thank you. There he is. Comics. Simple assault disorderly. My boy got minor drug possession. Oh man, is what it is. Jail. Only a few months. If found guilty, did 5 years in state. So this is cake. Be careful.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you don't want to get. Yeah, be careful. You don't want to and I don't know how old you are, but we're all getting older, so you want to be able to chill and relax. Right. Maybe switch to the Chiba, chill out, hang out at a beach, go to like Jones Beach or something, chill out for a little bit. I want you to be all right.
Yeah, quit skiing and go surfing, bro.
Yeah, seriously, I want you to be all right, man. Well, good luck to you. We'll look, hit us up when you get back. But be careful. Ron H, do I have to explain this? Members get gems. They use D's gems to purchase virtual items. These items to appear to be us, but I guess you see nothing. It's the truth.
Yeah, not in StreamYard, but if you were looking at the thing on YouTube, you
see like emojis and stuff, right? All right, like this party hat. That's a great He-Man image. Hilarious. Uncle Alert. What happened? You're right. All right. NSGMMA 4680 440 joules. Uncle Alert. Thank you. Ron H. Grandmaster, my brother. LOL. Brothers of the Weed. Top Dog RLG. I see the latest narrative the anti-woke rage bait grifters are pushing. I don't want PTSD in my Odyssey movie. That's the new one. They honestly just grasping at straws. Will never admit how good it is.
Yeah. I don't want PTSD in my.
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. So who knows? But who knows if that's true or not?
No. Just fair. Yeah. But just let's play devil's advocate for a second and assume that is actually a complaint that people are having. And I was like, the entire movie is about a man.
Yeah, I love it.
Went to war, feels immense guilt, and is like, what?
Yeah, dude. It doesn't matter. Like, again, it's like if people don't like the movie, they don't like the movie, and they're allowed to not like the movie. But for me, what it was is when people were saying, and I saw many comments that said, this movie is going to bomb, the audience won't like it, and the fake the fake critic scores won't show that the audience will like it too. First of all, the audience has loved it. The majority of the audience has loved it. And secondly, it is crushing at the box office. Crushing. It is now currently at 322 million. The weekend starts tonight with the new 3-day. It'll probably be at close to, if not 500 million already.
It's already cleared 200 domestically, bro.
181, yeah.
Well, there was a report that came out an hour ago that said it's already 200. Okay, for the full week now that we've hit a week, it's already cleared 200 domestically.
Right. So it's gonna be, it's gonna clear another probably like 70 to 80 opening week, another weekend this weekend for domestic, and then it'll probably be close to 500 by the end of the weekend.
Nice.
This movie's gonna lose money in epic fashion, and you know it. Nope. All right. Yeah. Nathan Drake, the guy wanted an excuse to show his hog to Adria. 100%. The guy's like doing that throughout the whole. I'm like, come on. I mean, get it. We get it. You're proud of your piece, but let's go. Come on. Ron H, 5,000 gems at BBBC. That's hilarious. R.L. Jensen, according to Google, YouTube jewels are 0.1 each. Oh, great. There you go.
A penny each. Okay, so gotcha.
So there you go. So that's not going to help your causing.
So like 1,000 jewels is.
Oh, I see. I see. Now I understand what it means. Okay, I understand. Cooley, all good, Christian. Winston, it's called Living for a Purpose. That's the book.
Wrote it down.
Also, what are your thoughts on LeBron being a Sixer headed to see Odyssey and IMAX Day? Will you please let us know, Cooley, what you think when you see it?
I would love to know what you think about the Odyssey for sure. And we were talking about LeBron earlier. I mean, I honestly think that this might be one of his better shots of his options to try and win.
Yeah, it's going to bring some excitement to the team for sure. Ron H, Nathan Drake, Fook. I love that list. They all the best. It's great. It's a great list. Ron H, Dennis Quaid, Dreamscape, Watchables. You know, I always remember the picture of the guy's face when he's doing it in the thing. I remember at the VHS store. I remember that one. Flow State, 200 jewels. Thank you, Daniel. Maddie B, 10 jewels. Thank you, Maddie B. 10 more. Thank you. Ron H. Winston, you watch it or not? Hollywood, please. No, you didn't. Right? No, you didn't. Sunshine for Maddie B, 200 jewels. 30 jewels. 100 jewels. Thank you. Ryan's. Oh, no. I didn't. Ryan, I didn't take that as disrespect at all, my friend. I thought it was a totally, of course. No, I didn't take that as anything. I know the real goal of your pilot, and I'm pulling for success. Peace of mind, flexibility, self-actualization are much more about. No, I didn't, dude. You're super supportive, and you're always here saying very positive things. I never once took that as a disrespect. I was just saying in general, and it was of course. I mean, when you're thinking about it, like everyone's like, oh, if this whole thing happened, what would you want to do? Where'd you want to go? I don't know if I'd want it. Like for me, it's like I have a very simple idea of like what I feel would be like, and I've been honest with the audience in general too, and I think this is one of the things that probably drives my wife nuts. Right? Is that I still, Winston, I don't feel like I've accomplished anything.
Oh, I definitely feel like I haven't. And I've the one thing I've been working on in therapy is the idea of being nicer to myself. Like there is a world of using that to push yourself to go harder, but there's another world where it can hold you back if you keep feeling that too much. So
I know. It's like it's the two thing. My wife is like always like she was, and she's always been super supportive, and where she's just like, if you this is what you need to do to really get and I hope that the answer is like, because I have an idea of what I want it to do, where I want to go with it. And I also have to understand that it's either like you can only put in as much as you can put in. You put in as much as you can. You give it your all. If it works, it works. You say you tried. That's the main thing that I said. And this was the same thing I said in general. It's like, I got to give the audience a shot. And hopefully we got a chance to do this, to at least make it. Then you got to make it good.
Right.
Then you got to make it good. And you got to make the show something that people want to watch. And then I'm confident enough in the script. We got to get the right cast. I think I have a cast list that I really want to go after, but you need the funds to be able to get them, So it's like, so that's kind of where I stand with it. Oh, Mannequin is a good one too. Okay, let's see. Next one after that. Oh yeah, sorry, that was a good. So yeah, Ryan, no disrespect taken at all. Ron H, comic, I know you good. So you, Supergirl, just like me, you take that shiz on the chin. Stand up, fook and scream, settle yourself, then you get down to business. I'm with you in spirit, bro. I'm telling you, these two need a freaking show together.
You still think they're one person?
Nah, I think they're different people now. I do think that comic is a Queens guy. Johnny Patrizia, I'm not interested in the Odyssey, but it was never going to bomb. Has Nolan ever had a film bomb? Not since he's been, making movies the way that I think once he got, because I don't know if Insomnia bombed, but it wasn't like the massive hit because Nolan wasn't really Nolan at that time. Like the Batman movies made him Nolan. He was still making great. He made Memento. He made these other things, but the Batman movies got him into that place of like, oh, all right, what else this guy got? And then he's like, let me show you. Two more right now. Oshi, I will try to catch the member stream for work. Yeah, please, everybody, if you're a member, catch the stream. Top Dog, win a goldfish here. Do we ever pull that clip? PLD?
I don't know.
We need to pull that. Win a goldfish here. That was one of the best ones ever. Okay. Ron H, comic, not doing time for you or anyone, but it's too purity. It's funny. Everyone, I want a piece. You might want a taste. Not my way, guys. All right. Fair enough. Okay, let's see. I think that's everything. right now. Let me just make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just looking.
One just came in right now.
One just came in just now. All right, let's do that last one. Then we can move on. KCG Winston, sounds like you are like Steph. Many 80s movies just weren't a staple in your childhood. You see Big Trouble in Little China, The Warriors. I know he hasn't seen either one of those. Yeah.
No, and I've talked about this before. That's just the guy. I was born in '87, so like for me, with parents that didn't give two shits about movies, it was what I found on my own. So 90,
totally. And then so like my goal is to be able to watch more stuff with Winston soon for sure. And those will be some of those movies. Comic Lover, Ron H, I got you, bro. Hopefully when I get out, Chrissy's show will be killing it. My girl's already reached out to her fam on the inside to adjust. Good, brother. Be please. I'm serious though. Be safe and take care of yourself and just try to chill. Life's too short, my man. Winston A. Marshall, a lot going on. Do it again. We got 122 today, dude. It's a big one.
It's not bad.
So we got to see how he did. Numbers will start to come in tomorrow. We'll know whether or not it was you or Roca. And hell, it might be even Chris Carr. We'll see what Chris Carr did yesterday. Those numbers haven't come in yet either. So we will check that out.
Yep.
Winston, where
you can find me at the Swaggy Blurred on all platforms. Check me out here on YouTube. On Tuesdays, I am on Spill the Tequila with Roca. On Wednesdays, I got Blurs in the Hood, myself and Jay Washington. I'm obviously here on Fridays. And yeah, man, I've got some exciting projects that are coming out soon. I've been doing a lot of work. I did another feature this year. Obviously, y'all knew about the commercial. So like there's things coming down the pipeline, man. And I've been getting the calls that they're getting closer to finishing production. So I'm very excited about that. And I will keep y'all posted.
Thank you, Winston. Appreciate it. And as always, make sure you check out Winston on his channel. Thank you to PLD. Thank you to Luke. Thanks to Jonathan. To everybody who makes this show happen. To MK and Sam for doing the time codes. I really hope that if you're a member, you're not going to waste that membership and you're going to join us on the live stream in 20 minutes from now. Just me and PLD just shooting the shit, hanging out, getting some ideas about this show, the pilot, other things, just answering any questions you want, taking some video questions from people. If you're at that $5 tier and you want to come in and you just want to shoot the shit with us. So make sure you do it. Thanks again for being here. Right after this, I want to make sure, I just want to double check. I have to do something real quick, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to put Attack of the Clones up. The unedited, no, the edited, the unedited is already up. So you can check that out. And then that's it. So thank you for being here. We're back also on Sunday for Game of Thrones. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye, everybody. Bye.